Nex-Tech Game Time is brought to you by Heartland Building Center. Nex-Tech, the chiropractic centers of Norton, Phillipsburg, and Stockton. By APAC, Leon's Welding and Fabrication. By Crawford Supply, the Nex-Tech Directory, Advantage Glass Plus, and Roofmasters Roofing and Sheet Metal, RM Custom Metals, and by Allegiant Construction and Design, and Get a Switch Tree Service. Nex-Tech Game Time is also brought to you by Horizon Appliance and Electronics, Heritage Insurance Group, Day Motorsports, Norton Glass, Nex-Tech Wireless, and by Riverside Chiropractic, Top-Notch Guttering and Home Improvement, and Insurance Central.
Nex-Tech Game Time. I'm Steve Stoltz, and we are glad you're back with us this week. We are heading into the final week of regular season football, and for many teams tonight, playoff berths loom large, and we'll talk about that later on in the show because there are teams like Osborne, Thunder Ridge, Victoria, Smith Center, also La Crosse, who have punched their tickets already to postseason action. There are many teams in the area that are looking to pick up wins either tonight or tomorrow night to get into the playoffs. Some of them are going to need a little extra help on top of a win. And so we will lay all that out for you tonight. And by the end of this evening, we'll have a pretty good idea of most of the teams in the area who are going to make it into postseason play. Stick around for the next 3 hours. We're going to bring you lots of scores, highlights, interviews as we roll through week 9 of Nex-Tech Game Time. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, John Betts will be joining us. John Betts is the publisher and founder of Kansas Pregame Magazine, and he will have his interview this evening as we talked to him earlier this week and getting prepared for playoffs and the final district matchups for this evening. Don't go anywhere as Nex-Tech Game Time continues.
Frontier Ag of Rexford, Breton, and Menlo, Dave's Auto Supply, Proud Finishes, LLC, and Paul's Furniture Company are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Golden Plains High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Midway Motel and Cafe, Midway Chiropractic, Neff Seeds, Miller & Miller Incorporated, and Steve's Body Shop, backing the Golden Plains Bulldogs all season long.
Since 1892, Heartland Building Center has been supplying central and northwest Kansas with superior building materials and service. With an experienced staff, they can help you with any size job, from cabinets, countertops, decking, roofing to Benjamin Moore paints, windows, and window repair. Heartland Building Center has access to hundreds of products on hand or available to order. So for all your building material needs, stop in and see the local experts at Heartland Building Center, taking your building needs to heart.
Kansas Land Bank, Family Market, Blue Stem Medical, LLP, and Quinter Building Material Company are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Quinter High School students and athletes. They hope this school year is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Flower Cottage Wildflower Designs, Smitty's Tire and Battery, Formation Plastics Incorporated, and Randy Patterson Welding, backing the Quinter Bulldogs all season long.
Roofmasters Roofing installs only the highest quality warranted commercial roofing materials and takes care of all insurance claims. Insulate your building with our high R-value insulation. Get guaranteed performance of your commercial roof for 10 to 20 years. Call Roofmasters Roofing today for an estimate and save.
Roofmasters Roofing, let's get the job done. We got you covered.
WW Drilling, LLC, Golden Eagle Machine, and Walkini Tire and Service, LLC, are proud of the sportsmanship, hard work, and dedication of all the Trigo Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season in the classroom, on the courts, and on the field. From Heather A. Robin, OD, Schmidt Funeral Home, and Sheer Design, supporting the Trigo Golden Eagles all season long.
called?
Josh!
Nex-Tech offers the highest quality phone service for one great low price, and you can get amazing features like caller ID on your TV and voicemail to email. Nex-Tech, the power of one.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time as we prepare you for Week 9. There's 2 nights of football, tonight and tomorrow night. We will bring you the schedules as here in just a little bit in this segment of Nex-Tech Game Time. Time now for Pregame Blitz. This is an in-depth look at Kansas high school football with Kansas Pregame magazine publisher and founder John Betts. Tonight, John talks about district matchups as we wind down the regular season play right here on Nex-Tech Game Time.
Here we are in week 9 of the Kansas high school football season. It is the end of district play. We're learning a lot about who has qualified for the playoffs already and who will qualify for the playoffs in some big district games tonight. There are a lot of different district scenarios. It's probably noteworthy to mention that 6A, 5A, and 2-1A will play Friday night, and the rest of the classes play their games tonight, Thursday night. In 8-man district play, a team that is on the eastern half of the bracket in 8-man 1, Osborne, who jumped up to number 1 in our kpreps.com poll this week, actually leaping Kiowa County after Madison lost to Peabody Burns. District 4 has been decided. Osborne won the district championship by virtue of their 80-32 win over Clifton Clyde. And Clifton Clyde are runners-up and back in the playoffs for the first time since 2010. Osborne is playing outstanding defensive football, and that I think that's why we cumulatively voted to move them to number 1, is because, yeah, they can score points, but they are really shutting down opposing offenses, and to me, that's always a sign of championship football. In District 5, Central Plains put up 86 points in beating Solomon, a previously undefeated Solomon team, by 46 last week to claim the district championship. Solomon is the runner-up and has qualified for the playoffs. District 6, Kiowa County is the District 6 champion by virtue of their 32-18 win over South Central and Coldwater. The Timberwolves qualify as a runner-up as they edged Fairfield 30-26 back in Week 4. South Central returns to the playoffs for the first time since 2008. In District 7, 8-man Division 1, Hodgman County has clinched one of the playoff spots because even with a 21-point loss to South Gray forcing a 3-way tie, the Longhorns will remain among the top 2 teams in the district. Hodgman County hosts South Gray, while Spearville hosts Mineola. If Spearville beats the Wildcats, the Royal Lancers will qualify for the playoffs for the first time since 2008. Spearville has a good group of young players. They have several juniors that are very good, and I think Spearville could be one of the best teams coming back next year. 8-man Division 2, on the western half of the bracket, Beloit St. John's Tipton is the district champion thanks to their 42-38 win over Thunder Ridge a few weeks ago. The Blue Jays have reached the playoffs for consecutive seasons now for the first time since qualifying 3 straight years from 2007 to 2009. Thunder Ridge will try to get back to the 8-man Division II title game for the 3rd consecutive season. The Longhorns have qualified as the runners-up out of that district. St. John's Beloit, an interesting story. 4 years ago, they had 9 players out, and I believe that 8 of them were freshmen. And Coach Keith Christine, previously the longtime coach at Wakanda East, and then took over for John Bingesser at St. John's Beloit. Coach Christine said, "We're going to take some lumps." And they did. They got beat badly in a lot of games when they were freshmen, but they stuck together and they stuck with it, and they added a few kids over the years, more guys coming up, young guys coming up. They have 24 players out for football at 8-man Division II St. John's Beloit this year and have really made huge strides. That win over Thunder Ridge shows how far they have come because they got pounded by Thunder Ridge a couple years, or 2 seasons ago, even though they had a really good team. District 8, Fowler is qualified as a district champion, will close out the regular season at Ashland. Ingalls has earned the second playoff spot thanks to close wins over Moscow and Rolla. Fowler has a great player in 6'4", tight end linebacker Ty Clark, one of the best players in the state of Kansas. That's a look at all the district scenarios in northwestern, western, and western half of the state of Kansas. A lot of these teams have already clinched playoff spots. There's already been some district champions decided, but there's still a lot of really interesting games out there this week to see who's going to get into the playoffs, who's going to be traveling, and who's going to be home, which is a huge benefit to play at home in that first round of the playoffs, especially if you're playing on Tuesday night. Such a short turnaround from Thursday to Tuesday makes it really difficult to get prepared for that game, prepare for the opponent in a much tighter time frame than you have in a typical week. So a lot of fun. Kansas high school playoffs. That's what football is all about. Everybody's trying to qualify for the playoffs. It should be exciting to see how all the playoff brackets shape up over the next couple of days. One of the things that the guys at kpreps.com do a great job with, and I say the guys at kpreps because I'm a contributor. There's a few guys that started this site that they're from Southeast Kansas, and they put a lot of time into it on a regular basis. The guys at kpreps, they do a great job with playoff coverage. If you go out to kpreps.com right now, there's a banner on the homepage that says click here for 2013 playoff coverage, and it has each of the brackets laid out for each classification. In some cases, the teams are already filling in some of those spots in the brackets because we already know who the district winner is, we know who the district runner-up is, those kind of things. The home team is listed on top unless otherwise indicated by the @ sign, which would say Smith Center at Washington County or whatever it may be. So if you're interested in traveling and who travels and that kind of thing, as the brackets start to fill up, you'll see that the home team is listed on top and the team that has to travel is listed on the bottom. It's important to note that 6A and 5A is seeded. They are the only two playoff brackets in the state of Kansas that are seeded. So they look at record and things like that to determine who the number 1 seed in one side of the bracket is. So they're seeded 1 through 8 on the east side of the bracket, 1 through 8 on the western side of the bracket. Whereas in the 4A on down, the winner of one district will face the runner-up of the district that they are paired with, and that's how you'll get those first-round playoff matchups. Then the state has a formula of East goes West or West goes East, and there's a formula about how many home games you can play and those kind of things. And I don't know, I don't have all the details of that. We might take a look at that here next week on the show and get some of that information together for people. But most important thing to note, kpreps.com, the best place to go for high school football playoff coverage, and they will have more information about who's coming out of a district and who's filling a playoff bracket sooner than anyone else in the state of Kansas.
Pregame Blitz. It's a weekly in-depth look at Kansas high school football with Kansas Pregame Magazine publisher and founder John Betts. John will be back in later on the show during the halftime. He will talk about rankings for Week 9 of high school football. When we come back, we're going to take you around the region, the 5 regional games that we are covering for you tonight. And we some of those also do include some playoff implications, so don't go anywhere. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
Mawson Terracing Company Incorporated, Two Blondes Bakery and Deli, and White Star Machinery are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Trigo Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season in the classroom and on the fields. From Heartland Foods of Waukene, Solid Financial Solutions Incorporated, and TJ's Alignment, backing the Trigo Golden Eagles all season long.
Are you looking for help around your home that always does a great job and will never call in sick or ask for a raise? Horizon Appliance and Electronics has found your help. Their help is very efficient while keeping your food cool and cooking it perfectly, washing your dishes, and doing your laundry. This same help from Horizon Appliance and Electronics will provide you state-of-the-art entertainment, even put you to bed in unbelievable comfort at night. Get the best help in town at Horizon Appliance and Electronics, East 27th in Hayes.
The Bryant Motel, Dreyer Automotive, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store, Cleveland Pharmacy, and Trigo Waukegan State Bank are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Trigo Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Star Construction, MCM Manufacturing, and Cargill Incorporated of Waukegan, backing the Trigo Golden Eagles all season long.
Crawford Supply is your leading oil field supply service-oriented company with decades of experience and knowledge to serve you. We carry a full line of products to cover all phases from drilling to production. Nearly 6,000 items are in stock and ready for delivery. Crawford Supply now has a coating division that exclusively uses Ceramcoat, tubing, fittings, valves, or custom coating on anything that is metal to protect your valuable investment in the toughest environments. Crawford Supply with locations in Plainville, Hayes, Hill City, and McCook, Nebraska.
Hayes Ready Mix, Paul Wertenberger Construction, Flatlander Dirt Works, and J-Corp are proud supporters and sponsors of the Hayes High Indians, TMP Monarchs, and all the area's students and athletes. They hope this season is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Centennial Carpets, Steel Fabrications, Trober Sound, and the Hayes Recreation Commission, proud sponsors of all the area's students and athletes. If you have storm damage or dead trees to deal with, don't go out on a limb. Go with the pros at Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal. With over 25 years of experience, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal is equipped to take care of your job, big or small. From tree trimming and shaping to shelter belt and CRP clearing, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal will get the job done quickly. 24-hour emergency service is available, serving all of Northwest and Central Kansas. Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal.
And welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time. Here are the 5 regional games that we will be covering for you tonight. First of all, we're going to be in Quinter as Trigo and Quinter square off. Quinter is at 2-6, Trigo 1-7, both teams out of playoff contention. Also tonight, Peaburg and Norton. This is probably the game of the night in the area. 5-3 Norton hosting Peaburg. The math is simple. The winner gets into the playoffs. Also, Golden Plains and Northern Valley. Both teams are out of playoff contention, 4-4 Northern Valley and 2-6 Golden Plains. Also, TMP and Hoisington. TMP wins tonight, they make it to the playoffs. That simple. Also tonight, Stockton and Logan Palco are squaring off tonight. And Logan Palco 4-4 and Stockton Tigers 1-7. Both teams are playing for pride tonight as both teams have been eliminated from playoff contention. So those are the games that we will be covering for you tonight. And we will, here in just a little bit, have tonight's schedule, also tomorrow night's schedule of games going on in the area. And as always, we keep you up to date with the scores here in just a little bit with the Heritage Insurance Group scores on the 4s. Time now for the Riverside Chiropractic Scouting Report. This is a weekly segment where we have interviews with area high school football coaches. And first of all, tonight we will talk with Hayes High School head coach Ryan Cornelson as his team prepares for tomorrow night's matchup with Salina Central.
You know, I thought our kids played awfully hard. At times, it's probably some of our best football that we've played this season. We gave up too many big plays, and that ended up kind of being our Achilles heel, was just giving up the big plays in the pass game and the run game. But I really felt like that was some of our best football. We just didn't come out on top. You know, Central is an extremely good football team. You watch them throughout the year, and they've gotten better and better. And you know, it's probably one of the top 2 teams we've played all year. And they play in a tough conference. They played some great competition, so the record doesn't necessarily show it. But they're extremely good. We're going to have to really play our best game to have a chance to beat them. You know, I feel like our seniors have done a great job. We've got some seniors that play a lot and then some that don't play a lot, but all of them have given great effort in practice and shown great leadership. As far as the season goes, I really felt like we've drastically improved from early in the season till now. The last 2 games, Great Bend and Salina South, I really felt like we've played at a much higher level than what we were early in the season, and that shows great leadership by our senior class, and it shows assistant coaches are really working hard in their individual groups to make sure we're getting better, and hopefully we've gotten good enough that we can win this last one and make it in.
Hayes High Indian head coach Ryan Cornelson, his team tomorrow night, 6-2. They will be hosting Salina Central, comes in at 3-5. And actually, Nex-Tech will be covering that game tomorrow night. Pre-game show is at 6:45 and kickoff at 7 o'clock right here on Nex-Tech Channel 100 and also nextech.com. We also had an opportunity earlier this week to sit down with T&P Monarchs head coach John Montgomery. Despite their 2-6 record, T&P could make it to the playoffs tonight with a win.
You know, it's a great opportunity for us to go out and, as you said, control our own destiny. Anytime you get an opportunity to play Hoisington's a great opportunity. We got a nice little rivalry between the two schools, and going into the game it's going to be a physical, aggressive football game, which that's a fun atmosphere to be a part of. They're typical Hoisington team. They're aggressive. They'll get after you. They've got a great defensive front. I think their front 4 on defense really play with a little bit of nasty to them, which is what you like to see out of a defensive front 4. They're going to challenge us to really be true to what our techniques and our fundamentals are in order for us to be successful. You know, it's been a season of some ups and downs. There have been a lot of bright spots and certainly some low spots but I have to say that the resiliency of our team, their ability to bounce back after some tough losses, has really shown up each week. The way that they come back to practice and they attack getting better, and I think that can be a testament to our seniors. You know, as you look at the seniors, with 12 of them, they really bring the level, bring the aggressiveness to practice each week, and challenge kids to really compete and try to get better day in and day out. And I think that while the score hasn't always shown it, we've certainly improved from week 1 to where we are now. We've got guys that are battling and playing out of position to overcome some of the injuries we've faced, and I've just been proud of the way that they've kept focused, they've kept together, and they've gone out each week to try to get a win.
And that's T&P head coach Ryan Cornelson, his team 2-6, looking to pick up a very big win tonight to move to 3-6 and try to make it into the postseason. It'll be the first time since 2002 that T&P makes it to the postseason. They win tonight. When we come back, we'll have more area coach interviews as the Riverside Chiropractic Scouting Report continues right after this.
Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kayla Gatz, Gove County Medical Center, K&C Construction and Welding, and Quinter Pit Stop are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Quinter High School students and athletes. They hope this school year is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Press Construction, Doug and Marcia Press, Quinter Chiropractic, Dr. David Heskett, and Castle Rock Health and Fitness Center, backing the Quinter Bulldogs all season long.
We all use our vehicle, or ride, differently. Some like to stand out. Others want to keep what's theirs, there. And there are those that want to be discreet or stay a bit cooler, while others prefer strictly function. And many simply want to move stuff around. Advantage Glass Plus can make your vehicle or ride a reality. 1005 Vine and Hayes, online or on Facebook. Listed in the Nex-Tech directory.
K6 Farms Trucking LLC, Kensington Community Store, and Julie Kuhlman Photography are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Thunder Ridge High School students and athletes. They hope this school year is the best ever on the fields, in the classrooms, and on the courts. Best wishes for a successful season from Darren McDowell, D&K Insurance Services, Farmers National Bank, and ProAg Marketing. backing the Thunder Ridge Longhorns all season long.
If your next construction project includes concrete products, remember the name APAC in Hayes. APAC features computerized batching, up-to-date equipment, and delivery by professional drivers. Specialty mixes are available. APAC also carries an assorted line of decorative rocks. For all your concrete jobs, call APAC at 785-625-3216. Delivering quality backed by reliability at competitive prices since 1945. APAC of Hayes.
Kawasaki Terex, the perfect combination of work and play. The fuel-injected smooth V-twin engine has enough torque for hard work and power for hard play. 2 seats or 4 take the crew with you. Need a workhorse? The Mule, Kawasaki's proven tough utility vehicle, in gas or diesel gets your job done quicker. See the complete side-by-side line of Terex and Mule vehicles at Day Motorsports, service at its best in Waukene. Kawasaki, let the good times roll. Day Motorsports, 785-743-5723, daymotorsportsinc.com.
Kaiser Ag Service, Shy's Bar and Grill, and Goddard Body Shop and Goddard Spiral Stairs are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Logan and Palco high school students and athletes. We hope you make this school year the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Becker Terracing and Kaiser Machine, backing the Logan and Palco students and athletes in the classroom, on the fields, and on the courts all season long.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time as we continue with Week 9 of area high school football. Before we get into our next 3 coaches' interviews, let's throw you out to Quinter, where Chris Lee is standing by on the sidelines, where he has this preview of the Quinter and Trigo matchup.
Where the host Bulldogs will finish off the 2013 season by hosting their rivals from 20 miles down I-70, the Trigo Community Golden Eagles. Trigo has struggled to a 1-7 season, which included a 20-14 loss to Hill City last week. District 6 has been tough on Trigo, where it has only scored 26 points in 4 district games. Devin Gum is the part-time quarterback, but leads the team in rushing with 484 yards and in scoring with 40 points. The senior is also third in receiving. The other signal caller, Cordell Ratliff, joins Gum with over 200 yards passing and 348 yards rushing. Colton Parker leads receiving corps with 172 yards on 11 receptions and is second in scoring. Kate Pappas is third in scoring and features 330 yards rushing. Defensively, Trigo is led by Gum with 79 stops that include 7 for negative yardage. Isaiah Fabricius is second in tackles with 71, while last week's Offensive Player of the Week, Cedric Flax, is third in tackles with 62. Brett Chris was Quinter's Offensive Player of the Week last week, but a bad knee will sideline the team's leading receiver and top 5 tackler. Injuries are a dominant theme of the Bulldogs' narrative in district games. Leading tackler Jason Worth was lost for the season in the Hill City game, which Quinter won 44-30. It was also competitive with defending state champion Ness City, but was hammered in more recent games with Hoxie and Atwood, as fullback linebacker Chad Moeller has also been lost to injuries. Senior Zach Mater is the leading rusher with 443 yards, and leading tackler still able to play with 66 stops. Tyler Wagner has passed for 602 yards on the season, but has lost 2 of his top 3 targets. Senior Colton Corlin has battled the injury bug since week 1. It is the top returning receiver with 108 yards. He is also second of the remaining Bulldogs in tackles with 59. Senior Tanner Samuelson, all 6'2", 295 pounds, will be needed to continue his blocking prowess and tackling, which has resulted in 53 stops and 2.5 sacks. Quinter comes in tonight's game with a 2-6 mark. Back to you, Steve.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. Chris Lee reporting tonight from Quinter. The Quinter Bulldogs taking on the Trigo Golden Eagles. Also, we are in Norton tonight. Big matchup between Norton and Peaburg. And basically, the math is simple, as I stated earlier. The winner goes to the playoffs, and the loser of the game is done for the season. We have Curtis Brown on the sidelines tonight. He has this pregame report for us.
Welcome to Travis Field here in Norton on this Halloween evening in this fantastic venue for football as we're getting ready for tonight's game featuring the 5-3 Norton Blue Jays taking on the 7-1 Panthers from Phillipsburg. Both teams come into this contest with 1-1 records in district play, looking to secure a spot in the playoffs. Also on the line tonight is the Mid-Continent League crown. Phillipsburg can claim that with a win outright. Norton can claim a share with a victory. The Blue Jays are hoping for a repeat performance of last year when they upset a 7-1 Panthers team 20-7 in Phillipsburg to advance advance to the playoffs. Norton returns only 3 starters off that year's team, but has taken some time to gel, but have won 5 of their last 6 ball games. The Blue Jays' defense is their strength as they only give up 21 points per game and are led by sophomore Gavin Lively and his 62 tackles. Offensively, the Blue Jays have settled in on a quarterback in sophomore Jordan Dole, but rely heavily on their ground game, averaging almost 240 yards per game and led by Tanner Furbush and his 800 yards. The problem with the Blue Jays' offense is their -3 turnover margin on the year. The Panthers will counter with the 8th-ranked offense in Class 3A, averaging 38 points per game, 125 yards in the air, and 295 yards on the ground. The Panthers are led by quarterback Justin Juneman, along with running backs Grant Wickham and Hunter Kohler. Juneman has thrown for 988 yards and 8 touchdowns, while rushing for 440 yards and 6 more touchdowns. Wickham has 788 total yards and 14 touchdowns, while Kohler has accumulated 753 yards and 7 touchdowns. Norton has tremendous depth on defense, rotating in almost 19 players per contest, but will it be enough to stop Phillipsburg's unique pistol flexbone offense, which hasn't been slowed down this year? The young Blue Jays, if they can limit their turnovers, they expect this game to be close, as both these teams have played within 16 points of one another in their last 9 contests, with Norton winning 6 of them. We'll be on hand all evening with updates right here for Nex-Tech Game Time.
All right, Curtis, thank you very much. Curtis Brown reporting from Norton. Curtis will be sitting at this desk on Tuesday, the final Nex-Tech Game Time, and as we prepare you for the postseason. That'll be next Tuesday night right here on Nex-Tech Channel 100 and nextech.com. All right, we got a few more interviews to play for you tonight. We earlier had an opportunity to speak with Golden Plains head coach Travis Smith, and as he will talk to us about his preparation tonight for Northern Valley.
It was a much-needed win. Our boys, especially our seniors, it was senior night, so it was big for them to have a win in one of the last 2 games. We haven't had a lot of wins this year. So for the seniors, it was great for them to step up and get a big win, 52-6 over Wheatland Grinnell. You know, Coach Fezzen has been there since the 80s. They've run the Midway Denton offense since he's been there. You know what you're going to see. The thing is, can you stop it? They got the quarterback and Chandler, Baird at one running back and Brian at the other. Their power offense, they have run a little more option this year, but with Coach Fezzen, you know what you're going to get. They're going to run at you, and they're going to be physical. The key for us is to try to control the ball. We've got to keep the ball in our hands. We've got to keep their offense off the field. We, you know, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, so we're hoping to really control the game. Looking over the season, you know, we are a 2-win team. Coach Johnson and I have talked. You know, we really could be a 4 to 5-win team. We've had a couple games where effort was an issue, but we've hopefully corrected that over the last half of the season. Going out, we're really going to miss our group of seniors. We got 6 good seniors. They've really meant a lot to this program over the last 4 years.
Head coach for the Golden Plains team, that's Travis Smith. Time now for the interview we had earlier this week with Phillipsburg's head coach. That's J.B. Covington. The Panthers tonight taking on the Norton Blue Jays, and a big game tonight for both teams. And here is our interview with Coach J.B. Covington.
The upcoming game, I think, with Norton's going to be a tough challenge. It was last year, and we expect the same thing again this year. They're a talented squad and greatly improved. We saw from the first week to week 8, the amount of improvement that Coach Melvin's squad has had has been tremendous. I guess there's somewhat a big amount of pressure. And, you know, I think our kids will be hyped up. They've got a sour taste in their mouth, obviously, from last year. And it's an opportunity to redeem ourselves a little bit. So I think the kids are looking forward to this game. And we know it's going to be a big challenge with a very good Norton team. Their running attack is very good again. I think the Dole kid can throw the ball well. You know, they had a lot of luck last year, not luck, a lot of success running the ball right at us last year, downhill stuff with their ISOs and what we call a blast play and then a counter play to complement those. So we've got to stop their run game. It looks very good, and it'll be a big challenge. And then Dole can really throw the ball well too. So defensively, we got to be up on our A game, and then offensively, we got to control the line of scrimmage. We've got a great group of kids again this year. We're very fortunate. We have 14 seniors that will miss tremendously again next year. But, you know, I think moving on into next year, we've got a good nucleus coming back and we'll be a talented squad again next year. You know, to look back on things, to go 7-1 up to this point is, I don't know if we really expected it, but that's where we wanted to be. I think that was a minimum of where we wanted to be, but we beat some very good teams in Smith Center, Oakley, Hoisington, and then played Beloit. Pretty close ball game, but you know, you're exactly right. We're finally getting some guys back from some injuries, and that should be a big part of our success if we can get by Norton here.
You know, it's a great
Panther head coach J.B. Covington. His opponent on the opposite side of the field is going to be the Norton Blue Jays, and their head coach Lucas Melvin talked to us earlier this week and his team's preparation for Phillipsburg.
Well, you know, Beloit's a very, very good team, and we came out and we made a lot of mistakes in the first quarter, turnovers and just some things that didn't help us any, and they took advantage of it and jumped on us. But I thought really after that our kids played pretty well, held them scoreless in the second quarter and only gave up 2 touchdowns in the last. And we're able to get a touchdown. So, you know, in the last 3 quarters, we played them 16-7. So I was pretty happy with the way our kids played. We obviously want to win, and I'm pretty sure all the guys do also, but it's going to take a great effort. Phillipsburg has a tremendous team. They've been playing very well. Got a lot of good guys that are coming back from last year. Their running backs and their quarterback played a lot last year also. It's just going to take, we're going to have to minimize our mistakes that we've been making. Big kids that can run. They got some great team speed. Their running backs run very, very hard. You can't tackle them with one guy. And they execute well on offense. Then defensively, they're aggressive and fly to the ball. So they're a very challenging team to match up against. Well, I've been, you know, we started out, we were very inexperienced. And I thought our kids have gotten a lot better. They've played some great football. You know, we just need to get over the fact that we're kind of hurting ourselves a lot of times. But we've grown and we've improved. These seniors have done a tremendous job stepping up, and it's always hard, you know, when you're around kids for 4 years and you grow close to them in practice. It's hard to say goodbye, but I know they're going to be they're going to do a great job no matter what. I think they all have future plans in something or another. Maybe some of them will go on to play, not for sure, but they're going to be great, positive leaders in their communities.
Norton Blue Jays head coach Lucas Melvin. Coming up here in just a little bit, we'll show you the Norton Glass opening kickoffs, but right now let's take you around the region and show you the games that are going on not only tonight but tomorrow night, and many of these games have playoff implications. First of all, in WAC play, Hayes High tomorrow night hosting Salina Central, and the winner of that game goes on to the playoffs. Garden City is at home against Dodge tomorrow night. All these games in WAC play are tomorrow night. Liberal hosting Bishop Carroll and Salina South hosting Great Bend. In Mid-Continent League play, of course, Norton hosting Phillipsburg tonight. Stockton is hosting Logan Palco. Ness City at Hill City. Washington County at Plainville tomorrow night. Oakley is on the road tonight in Ellis. And Smith Center tonight, or tomorrow night I should say, is at Republic County. That's in Mid-Continent League play. Also, in the Northwest Kansas League, Rollins County hosting Hoxie tonight. Tribune hosting Weskin. It's Wheatland Grinnell at Wallace County. Dighton and Western Plains squaring off tonight. Of course, Ellis hosting Oakley. Tomorrow night, Decatur Community hosting Leota and Quinter hosting Trigo tonight. Over in the Mid-Central League, TMP tonight on the road in Hoisington. The winner makes it to the playoffs. Tomorrow night, Inman hosting Ellenwood and Larned, and Pratt squaring off tonight. In the NCAA, Beloit hosting Minneapolis, Scott City hosting Russell, Ellsworth hosting southeast of Saline at Smith Center over at Republic County, and Sacred Heart is at Lyons tonight. Meanwhile, in the Greater Western Conference, Colby hosting Goodland, Russell again is at Scott City, Ulysses at Hugoton, and Cimarron hosting Holcomb tonight. The Central Prairie League, it is Kiowa County at St. John Hudson, and Pratt Skyline is at Kinsley. Fairfield and Maxville, Sylvan Lucas at Otis Bison, Central Plains hosting Little River, and tomorrow night, La Crosse, who is already in the playoffs, they are hosting Medicine Lodge. Over in the Western Kansas Liberty League, Tri-Plains hosting Cheyenne. It's Western Plains and Dighton. Northern Valley and Golden Plains, that's one of the games we're covering for you tonight. Wallace County hosting Wheatland Grinnell, and another game we're showing for you tonight is Logan Palco. They are at the Stockton Tigers tonight. Meanwhile, the Northern Plains League, the NPL, Osborne, who is undefeated, one of the top-ranked teams in 8-man football. They are hosting Rock Hills tonight. Otis Bison at home against Sylvan Lucas, Lincoln, and Canton Galva tonight. Lynn and Pike Valley. Southern Cloud hosting Tescott. It's Lakeside at Wakefield. St. John's Beloit at Natoma. And Wilson tonight is at Victoria. Victoria already in the playoffs. So those are your schedules for tonight. Of course, we will keep you up to date on all the scores as we have the Heritage Insurance Group scores on the fours coming up for you here in just a few moments. When we come back, tonight's opening kickoffs brought to you by Norton Glass, and we will have that for you in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. This is week 9 of Nex-Tech Game Time.
Are you ready to build your dream home or just need to add on? Well, then it's time to make your dreams a reality with Allegiant Construction and Design of Victoria. Specializing in new construction, residential and commercial remodeling, and custom cabinetry service, Allegiant Construction and Design even has the technology to let you see your new home inside and out before construction begins. Serving all of Kansas, Allegiant Construction and Design. Call them today at 785-735-2448. Leon's Welding and Fabrication in Hayes has been serving Western Kansas for over 25 years. With custom fabrication in the oil field as well as metal projects, including gates, handrails, metal art creations, sandblasting, and powder coating. New to Leon's Welding this year is dustless blasting. Now you can remove virtually any type of coating from any material and finish the job with a durable, long-lasting baked-on powder coating. Leon's Welding and Fabrication, East Highway 40 in Hayes.
The Almena Market, Hawks Electric and Construction, Home Oil Company, Windmill Farms, and Long Island Feed and Grain, LLC, are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Northern Valley High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from All-American Glass, North Central Kansas Contractors, Stephen Cox and Associates, Upland Pork, and the Almena State Bank, member FDIC, backing the Northern Valley Huskies all season long.
Honey, you need to come and see this.
Nex-Tech TV, the one choice that gives you the most channels, the coolest features, and all for the best price in town. Nex-Tech, the power of one.
I'm Adam Stensel, production supervisor with Arm Custom Metals in Hayes, Kansas. Arm Custom Metals' goal is to serve all your building components needs. Arm Custom Metals fabricates panels and custom trim to your specifications and lengths in 48 hours or less. Arm Custom Metals also fabricates standing seam roof and wall panels on site for all your residential and commercial projects. Come see us today at Arm Custom Metals, RM Custom Metals, 2150 East 8th Street in Hayes, Kansas.
Pepsi Beverages of Hayes, Progressive Physical Therapy Center, CK Earthworks LLC, Northwestern Printers, and Advanced Real Estate of Hayes are proud supporters of the TMP Monarchs, Hayes High Indians, and all the area students and athletes. They hope this season is the very best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Discount Siding Supply, the Golden Q, Norton County Hospital and Medical Clinic, and MLR Welding of Hayes. Proud sponsors of all the area students and athletes.
Nex-Tech Game Time. It's time now for the Norton Glass opening kickoffs. Kickoffs well underway. Let's show you what we have. The 5 games that we're covering for you tonight. Golden Plains tonight is taking on Northern Valley. That is Northern Valley kicking off to Golden Plains. And here is the Norton and Phillipsburg kickoff. Highly anticipated matchup tonight as Peaburg will get the opening kickoff, bring it out to the 20, and that's where the Panthers will set up shop. Meanwhile, Quinter and Trigo, and it is Trigo kicking off to Quinter. And there's a lateral pass. You don't see that a lot, and that'll pick them up a few extra yards, about another 20 yards. Nice play there for Quinter. Meanwhile, Stockton and Palco. Stockton will receive the opening kickoff. It's a squib kick and a short return, and Stockton will have the ball to start the ball game. And Hoisington and TMP. Hoisington, the Cardinals, kicking off to the Monarchs, and TMP, well, after a short return, will have the ball starting at about the 22-yard line. All right, we already have some scores in this Week 9, the final week of the regular season of high school football. So without further ado, time now for the Heritage Insurance Group Scores on the Fours, where you are never more than 10 minutes away from updated scores. And we'll show you those right now, right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. And there is your scores on the fours, brought to you by the Heritage Insurance Group. Time now for the interactive part of our show. This is the Nex-Tech Wireless Seat Tweets. This is the interactive part of the show where you as fans in the stands can send us your news, views, pictures. What's going on in the games you are at tonight? It's Halloween. Send us your kids' pictures while you're at the game. Why not? All right, let's show you those seat tweets that we have in so far. Katie McFerrin, she's a little bummed she can't tweet us any of the scores tomorrow. And she sent that yesterday, so that would be scores today because she won't be at the game. Go Logan Trojans. We appreciate, Katie, all your tweets this year. Happy Halloween from the Logan versus Stockton game. Spooky. And that is hashtag seat tweet. Great picture there. Appreciate those folks sending that in to us. Thanks, Shauna. Aubrey Broyles tweets into us. Thursday night football, Golden Plains versus Northern Valley. Hashtag seat tweet. Great picture there from the sidelines. Appreciate those tweets coming in, folks. And you can send those directly to us at hashtag seat tweet. Again, anything that's going on at the game, and if you brought your little ghosts and goblins with you to the game, send us a picture. We'll be more than happy to put that out on the air for you right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. All right, when we come back, more scores on the fours. We are also going to bring you some highlights as we have some scores in, obviously, and we'll also get you some more seat tweets as they come around the corner right here on Nex-Tech Game Time.
New Look Body Shop and Gall Motor Company, New Age Industrial Corporation, Graham Construction, Dairy Queen of Norton, and Ryan Walter and McClimate Chartered Attorneys are proud of the Norton Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from CarQuest of Norton, Destination Kitchen, Natoma Corporation, Center Sky Dentistry, the office of Dr. Greg Krizik, and First Security Bank and Trust of Norton and Lenora, member FDIC.
We all use our vehicle, or ride, differently. Some like to stand out. Others want to keep what's theirs, there. And there are those that want to be discreet or stay a bit cooler, while others prefer strictly function. And many simply want to move stuff around. Advantage Glass Plus can make your vehicle or ride a reality. 1005 Vine and Hayes, online or on Facebook, listed in the Nex-Tech directory.
Kaiser Ag Service, Shy's Bar and Grill, and Goddard Body Shop and Goddard Spiral Stairs are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Logan and Palco high school students and athletes. We hope you make this school year the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Becker Terracing and Kaiser Machine, backing the Logan and Palco students and athletes in the classroom, on the fields, and on the courts all season long.
Crawford Supply is your leading oilfield supply service-oriented company with decades of experience and knowledge to serve you. We carry a full line of products to cover all phases from drilling to production. Nearly 6,000 items are in stock and ready for delivery. Crawford Supply now has a coating division that exclusively uses Ceramcoat, tubing, fittings, valves, or custom coating on anything that is metal to protect your valuable investment in the toughest environments. Crawford Supply with locations in Plainville, Hayes, Hill City, and McCook, Nebraska.
Angel Eyes Boutique, Hardy Construction, Moffitt Drugstore, Big Belly Barbecue and Catering, and Kansas Land Realty and Auction, Larry Riggs, are proud of the Norton Community High School students and athletes. They hope this school year is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Red Wing Chemical Company, LLC, Lamont Shirk, DDS, S&S Gunworks, Boxler Insurance Agency, and Miltech Machine Corporation, backing the Norton Blue Jays all season long.
Are you looking for help around your home that always does a great job and will never call in sick or ask for a raise? Horizon Appliance and Electronics has found your help. Their help is very efficient while keeping your food cool and cooking it perfectly, washing your dishes, and doing your laundry. This same help from Horizon Appliance and Electronics will provide you state-of-the-art entertainment, even put you to bed in unbelievable comfort at night. Get the best help in town at Horizon Appliance and Electronics, East 27th in Hayes.
Lots of scores pouring in here at Nex-Tech Game Time. We will show you those highlights here in just a few moments. But first, let's show you the Heritage Insurance Group scores on the fours so we can get you those latest score updates right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. Scores on the fours brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group. Okay, without further ado, we have a lot of scores that have come in, a lot of plays, and a lot of highlights. So let's show you those right now as we take you out to TMP in Hoisington. Out there in Hoisington, TMP and the Cardinals are the winner of that game. Makes it to the playoffs. So let's show you those highlights. Here is the first score. It was a long run for a touchdown for Hoisington, and Hoisington draws first blood in that matchup. Meanwhile, Northern Valley tonight is at Golden Plains, and we'll show you the highlight there is Northern Valley has struck first tonight with this rushing touchdown. Around the left end, cuts it back out, and he will put his head down and run over a tackler and rumble all the way in the end zone. Nice play there for Northern Valley. Meanwhile, Logan Palco playing tonight at Stockton, And that looks like that was another score there for Northern Valley. Logan Palco and Stockton tonight. Let's show you that highlight that we have here. This is a Logan Palco Trojan touchdown on this pitch out. And this one will go the distance. And he is tackled, but not before he crosses the end zone. And looks like that one went in for a touchdown. Also, Phillipsburg tonight is at Norton tonight. A big matchup, a lot of scoring so far in that game. And let's show you those highlights right quick. Norton will get this sweep out to the right. This will set up the eventual Blue Jay touchdown. There it is for you. Also, Norton tonight, playing in their home uniforms. And nice catch right over the shoulder at the 10-yard line. He is going to get down to the 5, and that will set up this 4-yard touchdown run for Norton. And Norton scores first. Phillipsburg did score a couple of touchdowns in the last count. They're up 13-6, and we will get you caught up with scores on the force here in just a few minutes. Also, the 5th game tonight we are covering for you. It's Trigo at Quinter. Let's show you what we have highlight-wise for that particular game, as Cade Pappas from 13 yards out punches in for the touchdown for Trigo, and Trigo goes up early in that ball game. So those are the highlights we have for you. Right now, we have the Nex-Tech Wireless C-Tweets, the interactive part of our show. Don't forget, every time you do submit a tweet to hashtag C-Tweet, you get an opportunity to win an ultra cool neon green Nex-Tech Game Time t-shirt. All right, let's show you what we have. Hashtag C-Tweet 24-0 Osborne over Rock Hill. Thanks X Moon for tweeting that in. Osborne, folks, is the real deal. They have a real chance of making a shot at the state championship. They're in 8-man. All right, so those are the tweets that we have in for you so far. The scores keep on coming in, and we will get those to you here in just a few moments, right after this break on Nex-Tech Game Time.
Better Water of Smith Center, Rogers & Associates Insurance, Hometown Brand Center of Hayes and Russell, and the Phillips County Hospital and Medical Clinic are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the area students and athletes. They hope this season and school year is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from State Glass Company in Hayes and Mapes & Miller, LLC, certified public accountants with offices in Norton, Phillipsburg, Stockton, Quinter, and Waukene. If you have storm damage or dead trees to deal with, don't go out on a limb. Go with the pros at Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal. With over 25 years of experience, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal is equipped to take care of your job, big or small. From tree trimming and shaping to shelter belt and CRP clearing, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal will get the job done quickly. 24-hour emergency service is available, serving all of Northwest and Central Kansas. Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal. Lanes Remodeling, Stockton Dental Center, Dr. Cynthia Pedicolis, Webster's Supermarket, and Farmers National Bank are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Stockton High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Kaiser Ag Service, Don Hammett Land and Auction Company Incorporated, J-Mart, and Culligan Water Conditioning of Stockton, backing the Stockton Tigers all season long.
Instruments. You'll find those here. Nex-Tech Directory, in online and now mobile. Find what you're looking for.
If your next construction project includes concrete products, remember the name APAC in Hayes. APAC features computerized batching, up-to-date equipment, and delivery by professional drivers. Specialty mixes are available. APAC also carries an assorted line of decorative rocks. For all your concrete jobs, call APAC at 785-625-3216. Delivering quality backed by reliability at competitive prices since 1945. APAC of Hayes.
Roof Masters, your local roofing company, uses only first quality materials. Call today for a free estimate.
Roofmasters Roofing. We get the job done. We got you covered.
Here today and here tomorrow.
Family owned and operated for 25 years.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time. We are in week 9. It's Halloween on this Thursday night. It's a beautiful fall night for high school football. We have a lot of scores coming in, so without further ado, here is the Heritage Insurance Group scores on the 4s. Those are your scores on the 4s, brought to you by the Heritage Insurance Group. All right, time now for highlights. Let's show you the highlights that we have for you so far. A lot of action going on tonight around the area, the 5 regional games that we are covering for you. First of all, we're going to take you out to Hoisington, where the Monarchs are on the road tonight. TMP to take on the Cardinals. The winner of the game will go on to the playoffs. So let's go ahead and show you that. And this is the first score of the game. Hoisington with a long run for the touchdown. That made it 6-0. The ensuing extra point was no good. And TMP comes back, kicks a field goal, and the score is 6-3. And that is Hoisington with the lead. Meanwhile, Northern Valley is at Golden Plains tonight. And a lot of scoring in that particular game. Northern Valley, it's been all Huskies in this ball game. First touchdown there for Northern Valley as he runs over a tackler and will get into the end zone. Here is another score. This is a long run for, again, Northern Valley. And then Golden Plains gets on the board here with their first and only touchdown. But right now it is 30-6. Northern Valley with the lead there. Late in the first quarter, just about ready to start the second quarter. We are also in Logan tonight. Actually, we're in Stockton. The Palco and Logan Trojans making the trip over to Stockton tonight. And Logan got off to a quick start with this long touchdown run for the Trojans with 11 minutes still left to go in the first quarter. Then Logan comes back on their next possession with this 2-yard touchdown run. Stockton, though, gets on the board. Here's a 40-yard scramble by their quarterback, weaving in and out of traffic, and is finally brought down. And that long 40-yard play would set up this 2-yard touchdown run for the Tigers and gets Tigers a little bit closer. But here come the Logan Palco Trojans with this 10-yard touchdown pass. And Logan Palco is on top of this one, 20-8 at this point in the second quarter of that ball game. Also tonight, the game of the night is the Phillipsburg Panthers on the road tonight at the Norton Blue Jays. A lot of highlights. Let's show you those right now, as that it is a close game, as one would expect at this point. Norton gets things started with this sweep out to the right, and this one will go the distance for the touchdown. Norton draws first blood, and with the extra point, it's 7-0. And here comes Norton again. Look at that. That has got to be one of the top-notch guttering and home improvement plays of the night. Brings it down to the 5. That sets up this touchdown run for the Blue Jays. All of a sudden, the Blue Jays are shocking Phillipsburg 13-0, but Peeberg comes back. This is Zach Davis with the catch, number 8, and he is going to go the distance, 40 yards for the touchdown, and it is 13-7 now, as Norton with the lead there in the second quarter of that ball game. Also tonight, we are in Quinter, where Trigo, the Golden Eagles, are at the Bulldogs tonight. And let's show you the highlights of that game so far. This is Kate Pop is running for a touchdown from 13 yards out. That one is good. And here is Devin Gum with the draw play, dodging tacklers, and he will put that one in for a touchdown as well. And at last count, Trigo is winning that game 20-6 in the second quarter. So those are the highlights that we have for you at this point on week 9 of Nex-Tech Game Time. Want to remind you, at halftime we have John Betts coming back. He'll be talking about rankings, and talked a little bit more about week 9 of high school football and getting into the playoffs for a lot of teams in the area. All right, it's time now for the Nex-Tech Wireless Seat Tweets. This is the interactive part of our show. Send us your tweets to hashtag Seat Tweet. I will get that. And this brought to you by Nex-Tech Wireless. You see what tweets we have in so far. Avery Lee tweets in, the Bulldogs finally score. 3:13 left to go in the first, 20-6. Fight back Dogs. Talking about the Quinter Bulldogs. Thank you very much, Avery. Aubrey Broyles tweets in, the end of the first quarter. Golden Plains 6, Northern Valley 30. So Northern Valley has tacked on more points just recently, and it looks like the Golden Plains team is huddling there on the side trying to figure out a game plan to stop the Huskies. It's the Huskies versus the Bulldogs. So those are the C tweets that we have for you at this time. Don't forget, you can send us those tweets, the hashtag SeatTweet. All right, when we come back, we will catch you up to date, all the scores, all the highlights, all the action going on tonight, week 9 of high school football, right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. Don't go anywhere.
Growendike Transport Incorporated, Biggs Insurance Agency, Miles Furniture and Installations, White's Food Liner, and Farmers State Bank are proud of the Phillipsburg High School students and athletes. Best wishes from Darren McDowell, D&K Insurance Services, Thompson Family Chiropractic, Cliffs Welding Service Incorporated, CM Fencing and Trenching, Landmark Implement Incorporated, and Coombs Inc., backing the Phillipsburg Panthers all season long. Frontier Ag of Rexford, Breton, and Menlo, Dave's Auto Supply, Proud Finishes, LLC, and Paul's Furniture Company are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Golden Plains High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Midway Motel and Cafe, Midway Chiropractic, Neff Seeds, Miller & Miller Incorporated, and Steve's Body Shop, backing the Golden Plains Bulldogs all season long.
Leon's Welding and Fabrication in Hayes has been serving Western Kansas for over 25 years. With custom fabrication in the oil field as well as metal projects, including gates, handrails, metal art creations, sandblasting, and powder coating. New to Leon's Welding this year is dustless blasting. Now you can remove virtually any type of coating from any material and finish the job with a durable, long-lasting baked-on powder coating. Leon's Welding and Fabrication, East Highway 40 in Hayes.
Sterling Supply, LLC, your CarQuest dealer. Kuhlman Construction Incorporated, top-notch designs, and Wilkins Manufacturing and Tarps Unlimited are proud of the Stockton High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Tracy's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, B&B Ready Mix of Stockton, Smith Monuments, Ron Galloway, Stockton National Bank, and Farmers Union Elevator, backing the Stockton Tigers all season long.
Roof Masters, your local roofing company, uses only first quality materials. Call today for a free estimate.
Roof Masters Roofing. We get the job done. We got you covered.
Here today and here tomorrow. Family owned and operated for 25 years.
If your next construction project includes concrete products, remember the name APAC in Hayes. APAC features computerized batching, up-to-date equipment, and delivery by professional drivers. Specialty mixes are available. APAC also carries an assorted line of decorative rocks. For all your concrete jobs, call APAC at 785-625-3216. Delivering quality backed by reliability at competitive prices since 1945. APAC of Hayes.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time as we continue on week 9 of high school football, 1 week before the playoffs start. So let's go ahead and show you the scores that we have so far. Scores brought to you by the Heritage Insurance Group. Scores on the 4th right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. Scores on the 4th brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group. All right, we have a lot of highlights to show you. Let's get you caught up on those. And after the highlights, we will have a first quarter recap from Curtis Brown, who is at the Norton and Peaburg matchup. But first, let's show you the highlights that we have for you. First of all, Hoisington hosting TMP tonight. The winner gets into the playoffs. It was 6-3. And this is the first score of the game, a long touchdown run for the Cardinals. Extra point, no good. TB comes back with the field goal. Then they get hit big time on that next possession for TMP, and that's right before they gave up this 67-yard touchdown run. It is 12-3 now. Hoisington on top of TMP. Still a close game, 9 points. It could go any way at that point. All right, Northern Valley. They are at Golden Plains tonight. The Bulldogs and the Huskies. The Huskies of Northern Valley draw first blood. This is a nice rushing touchdown there for the Northern Valley Huskies. They will follow that up on the next possession for Northern Valley with this long run weaving in and out of traffic, and he's going to go the distance. Long touchdown for Northern Valley, but here comes Golden Plains. Sets up this short touchdown plunge for the Bulldogs, and then Logan comes back. I'm sorry, that is Northern Valley comes back with this long touchdown run. 30-6 is the score. Northern Valley on top of Golden Plains in the second quarter of that ball game. Neither team will make it to the postseason. They're both playing for pride in Northern Valley at 4-4, trying to end their season with a winning record. All right, we also have Pauken and Logan. They are at Stockton tonight, taking on the Tigers. Let's show you the highlights we have for you that game. Logan will draw first blood on this play. Nice play out to the right and sweep, and it's going to go the distance. Number 9 outrunning number 9 and getting into the end zone. Actually, that was not a touchdown, but it got down to the 1, and that will secure the touchdown for Logan Palco. Here comes Stockton with a quarterback keeper scramble 40 yards. He's not going to get down to the end zone, just down to the 5-yard line. That's going to set up this Tiger 2-yard touchdown run. Logan comes back on the very next possession. Nice play action pass and a touchdown, 20-8. Now Logan Palco is on top, and actually Stockton just scored, so it's 20-16 now. Logan Palco hanging on to that 4-point lead over Stockton. Game of the night, Phillipsburg is at Norton tonight. A lot of scoring, so let's get you up to date on that one. Norton will draw first blood with this. Sweep out to the right. That will go the distance for the touchdown. Peaburg couldn't get anything going on their first offensive possession. Norton gets the ball back, and this nice catch. Check this out, right over the top of the defender. Finally gets taken down to the 5-yard line, and this will set up an ensuing 3-yard touchdown run by the Blue Jays, and that will put them up by the score of 13-0. Peaburg comes back with this nice pass out to Zach Davis. He's going to weave between two tacklers, and he will go the distance for the touchdown. And Phillipsburg on top, or trailing 13-6, and Norton will tack on a long field goal, and that will make it 16-6. And then Phillipsburg just scored a touchdown. It's now 16-14. We knew this was going to be a heavyweight match tonight. It's the season is on the line for both teams. Both teams in their division will be going for second place, as Beloit has already cinched up that division. All right, we are also at Quinter tonight. Trigo, the Golden Eagles, on the road tonight at the Bulldogs of Quinter. And Quinter will get actually it is Trigo getting the first touchdown of the night. That's Pappas out from 13 yards out, and then Devin Gum with this touchdown run, and all of a sudden Trigo is leading this ball game. Quinter comes back with this 1-yard touchdown plunge. But here come the Golden Eagles again. This long touchdown pass for a touchdown. And Trigo is up 28-6 now over the hosting Quinter Bulldogs. So 28-6. Both teams are out of playoff contention, just playing for pride tonight. The final regular season of Kansas high school football. All right, let's go ahead and do the Nex-Tech Wireless Seat Tweets. This is the interactive part of our show. Then we will come back and get you that first quarter wrap-up from Curtis Brown in Norton. Seat Tweets brought to you by Nex-Tech Wireless at #SeatTweet. Here's what we have for you. Avery lead 28-6. Joaquini Trigo at the end of the first quarter. They have the lead. Also, this tweet coming in from X-Moon, 38-6. Osborne with the lead in that game. Osborne Bulldogs. And those are the tweets that we have for you at this point. All right, let's go ahead and send it up to Norton. Curtis Brown is on the sidelines. He has this first quarter recap of the Norton and Peaburg matchup.
Field here in Norton, where we've got a competitive game brewing. Norton got on the board first with a 24-yard touchdown run by Tanner Furbush. The ensuing point after was blocked. Norton scored on the next possession on Tanner Furbush's second touchdown of the night on a 4-yard touchdown run. The Panthers answer back on a 48-yard touchdown pass from Justin Judeman to Grant Wickham. We're at the end of one. Norton 13, Phillipsburg 7. Reporting from Nex-Tech Game Time, this is Curtis Brown.
All right, Curtis, thank you very much. The latest score we have out in Norton is 16-14 Blue Jays leading the Panthers in the second quarter. When we come back, we will catch you up to date with all the latest scores and highlights when we come back after this break on Nex-Tech Game Time. Don't go anywhere.
Since 1892, Heartland Building Center has been supplying Central and Northwest Kansas with superior building materials and service. With an experienced staff, they can help you with any size job, from cabinets, countertops, decking, roofing to Benjamin Moore paints, windows, and window repair. Heartland Building Center has access to hundreds of products on hand or available to order. So for all your building material needs, stop in and see the local experts at Heartland Building Center, taking your building needs to heart.
Kansas Land Bank, Family Market, Blue Stem Medical, LLP, and Quinter Building Material Company are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Quinter High School students and athletes. They hope this school year is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Flower Cottage Wildflower Designs, Smitty's Tire and Battery, Formation Plastics Incorporated, and Randy Patterson Welding, backing the Quinter Bulldogs all season long.
Roof Masters Roofing installs only the highest quality warranted commercial roofing materials and takes care of all insurance claims. Insulate your building with our high R value insulation. Get guaranteed performance of your commercial roof for 10 to 20 years. Call Roof Masters Roofing today for an estimate and save.
Roof Masters Roofing, let's get the job done. We got you covered.
WW Drilling, LLC, Golden Eagle Machine, and Walkini Tire and Service, LLC, are proud of the sportsmanship, hard work, and dedication of all the Trigo Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season in the classroom, on the courts, and on the field. From Heather A. Robin, OD, Schmidt Funeral Home, and Sheer Design, supporting the Trigo Golden Eagles all season long.
Nex-Tech offers the highest quality phone service for one great low price, and you can get amazing features like caller ID on your TV and voicemail to email. Nex-Tech, the power of one.
Malson Terracing Company Incorporated, Two Blondes Bakery and Deli, and White Star Machinery are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Trigo Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season in the classroom and on the fields. From Heartland Foods of Waikini, Solid Financial Solutions Incorporated, and TJ's Alignment, backing the Trigo Golden Eagles all season long.
Nex-Tech Game Time is brought to you by Heartland Building Center. Nex-Tech, the chiropractic centers of Norton, Phillipsburg, and Stockton. By APAC, Leon's Welding and Fabrication. By Crawford Supply, the Nex-Tech Directory, Advantage Glass Plus, and Roof Masters Roofing and Sheet Metal, RM Custom Metals, and by Allegiant Construction and Design, and Get a Switch Tree Service. Nex-Tech Game Time is also brought to you by Horizon Appliance and Electronics, Heritage Insurance Group, Day Motorsports, Norton Glass, Nex-Tech Wireless, and by Riverside Chiropractic, Top-Notch Guttering and Home Improvement, and Insurance Central.
Time now for the Heritage Insurance Group scores on the fours. We don't want to keep you away from any updated scores, so let's go ahead and show you those. Brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group. Scores on the fours on Nex-Tech Game Time. Scores on the fours brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group. So those are the scores for you. Let's go ahead and show you the highlights. We have 5 regional games that we are covering for you tonight, a couple of which have playoff implications. First of all, the T&P Marion Monarchs on the road tonight in Hoisington. They give up this long touchdown run to start things off. 6-0 Cardinals on top of the Monarchs. T&P comes back. Check out this defensive play by Hoisington. Boom! Right there in midfield, Hoisington gets the ball and will punch it in from 67 yards out. That makes the score 12-3. Hoisington with the lead as they are well into the second quarter of that ball game. Meanwhile, Northern Valley continues to put on quite a highlight display, just like they did last week. Check this run out here. This rushing touchdown, the first of several so far tonight for Northern Valley. Here's another long touchdown run. This one almost goes the distance, nearly 80 yards on that run. However, Golden Plains gets the ball. They will push it in for a touchdown. And Northern Valley is still on top of that game. Northern Valley comes back with this long touchdown run. This score would put them up 30-6. Golden Plains would come back and score, but here's Northern Valley. This is Hunter Chandler with a quarterback keeper, and he is in for the touchdown. That made the score 38-12, and that is where we stand right now in the second quarter. Actually is now 46-12. Northern Valley just scored. Hunter Chandler just put the ball into the end zone again, and the extra point good by the 2-point conversion to Carson Wallace, number 2, and that is a 46-12 lead now for Northern Valley. We will have that video clip for you on our next segment. Meanwhile, Logan Palco, the Trojans, they are at Stockton tonight. Neither team going to make it to the playoffs, so really nothing more than pride on the line tonight for both teams. Logan Palco gets started with this touchdown run. Nice sweep to the outside. Number 99 It's not a touchdown run, but he is brought down to the 1-yard line, and that will set up this 1-yard touchdown plunge for the Trojans. But Stockton comes back. Nice quarterback scramble here. This one goes for 40 yards, half the field there, before he's brought down to inside the 5-yard line, and that will set up this touchdown run for Stockton. Logan comes back. This is a touchdown pass on this inside screen pass, 20-8. Stockton on top, and then Stockton, actually Logan Palka was on top. Stockton comes back with this. What a catch, what a pass, perfectly placed. And that makes the score 24-20 now. Stockton with the lead over the Logan Palka Trojans. That game has been going back and forth all night, and that looks like that's pretty much the way it's going to go for the night. Phillipsburg is at Norton tonight. The Panthers at the Blue Jays. And let's show you the highlights that we have for that game. And again, it's a close game, as many thought it would be. Norton would get on the board first with this sweep out to the right for the touchdown. Peaburg couldn't get anything going offensively. Norton gets the ball back and you get this nice catch. Check this out. Right over the top of the defender, brought down at the 5-yard line, and that will set up an ensuing 3-yard touchdown run for the Blue Jays. So they punch it in here, and that will make Norton up 13-0 over Peaburg. Peaburg comes back. This is a pass out to Grant Wickham. Told you earlier, Zach Davis. This is Grant Wickham. He's going to go the distance and runs that in for the touchdown. Norton would follow up with this, a 25-yard field goal. And he could have made that one for at least 45 yards out. Then a 40-yard run, for Phillipsburg down to the 4-yard line. And then that would set up this quarterback scramble in for the touchdown. Norton still leads, but Phillipsburg has closed the gap. It's 16-14 now as they are in the second quarter of that ball game. And finally, our 5th regional game tonight, Trigo is at Quintern. And we will show you the highlights of that one. It all started off with Cade Pappas rushing in for a touchdown for 13 yards out, for Trigo. Trigo gets the ball back. Devin Gum with this touchdown run. Nice job skirting around those tackles. He will punch it in for a touchdown. Quinter gets the ball, and they will punch it in from a yard out, and then Trigo will get the ball back and throw this touchdown pass, and that will put the Golden Eagles of Trigo on top 28-6 as they are approaching halftime of that game. So those are the highlights we have for you. Stick around because the highlights are continuing to come in. We don't want you to miss those. Time now for the Nex-Tech Wireless Seat Tweets. This is where you as fans in the stands can send us your news and views. What's going on? The games you are at tonight. Make sure you send us those to #SeatTweet. Aubrey Boyles tweets in, timeout. It is 38-12, Northern Valley leading Golden Plains. Nice sideline shot from Aubrey. Thank you very much, Aubrey. Make sure every time you send in a tweet to #SeatTweet, you will put your name in for a drawing for a neon green Nex-Tech Game Time t-shirt. All right, as week 9 rolls along here on this Halloween night, things are looking scary for some teams, but we will keep you up to date with all the scores. That's coming up right after this break. Scores on the 4s coming up next, right here on Nex-Tech Game Time.
Are you looking for help around your home that always does a great job and will never call in sick or ask for a raise? Horizon Appliance and Electronics has found your help. Their help is very efficient while keeping your food cool and cooking it perfectly, washing your dishes, and doing your laundry. This same help from Horizon Appliance and Electronics will provide you state-of-the-art entertainment, even put you to bed in unbelievable comfort at night. Get the best help in town at Horizon Appliance and Electronics, East 27th in Hayes.
The Bryant Motel, Dreyer Automotive, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store, Cleveland Pharmacy, and Trigo Waukene State Bank are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Trigo Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Star Construction, MCM Manufacturing, and Cargill Incorporated of Waukene, backing the Trigo Golden Eagles all season long.
Crawford Supply is your leading oilfield supply service-oriented company with decades of experience and knowledge to serve you. We carry a full line of products to cover all phases from drilling to production. Nearly 6,000 items are in stock and ready for delivery. Crawford Supply now has a coating division that exclusively uses Ceramcoat, tubing, fittings, valves, or custom coating on anything that is metal to protect your valuable investment in the toughest environments. Crawford Supply with locations in Plainville, Hayes, Hill City, and McCook, Nebraska.
Hayes Ready Mix, Paul Wertenberger Construction, Flatlander Dirt Works, and J-Corp are proud supporters and sponsors of the Hayes High Indians, TMP Monarchs, and all the area's students and athletes. They hope this season is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Centennial Carpets, Steel Fabrications, Trober Sound, and the Hayes Recreation Commission, proud sponsors of all the area's students and athletes. If you have storm damage or dead trees to deal with, don't go out on a limb. Go with the pros at Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal. With over 25 years of experience, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal is equipped to take care of your job, big or small. From tree trimming and shaping to shelter belt and CRP clearing, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal will get the job done quickly. 24-hour emergency service is available, serving all of Northwest and Central Kansas. Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal. Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kayla Gatz, Gove County Medical Center, K&C Construction and Welding, and Quinter Pit Stop are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Quinter High School students and athletes. They hope this school year is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Press Construction, Doug and Marcia Press, Quinter Chiropractic, Dr. David Heskett, and Castle Rock Health and Fitness Center, backing the Quinter Bulldogs all season long.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time. As we are approaching halftime in many of our games tonight, let's show you the scores that we have in for you on the Heritage Insurance Group Scores on the Fours, where you are never more than 10 minutes away from updated scores right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. Heritage Insurance Group presents the Scores on the Fours, brought to you every 10 minutes right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Hayes High is hosting Salina Central. That's a huge game for Hayes High. If they win, they're in the playoffs. If they lose, they enter in their season with a 6-3 record. no postseason play. Nex-Tech will be there tomorrow night. Pre-game show at 6:45. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. We will cover that game for you live from Lewis Field Stadium on the campus of Fort Hays State University. Yours truly and Chris Lee will have the call for you tomorrow night right here on Nex-Tech Channel 100 and nextech.com. Time now for updates. We have a halftime update for you out of Norton.
Busy.
Curtis Brown has this report on the Norton-Phillipsburg game.
Welcome back to Travis Field here in Norton. We're at halftime in a tight game between the Norton Blue Jays and the Phillipsburg Panthers. The Blue Jays got the scoring started off in the second quarter when Norton's Austin Hager connected on a 30-yard field goal. The Panthers countered with a 3-yard touchdown run by quarterback Justin Judeman. We're at the half. Norton 16, Phillipsburg 14. Reporting from Norton, this is Curtis Brown.
We're also going to throw it out to We will throw it out to Quinter as Chris Lee is on hand with this halftime report. Quinter and Trigo.
The first quarter here at Quinter, the score is 28-6 Trigo. Trigo drew first blood. Fifth play of the game, Colton Corbin fumble recovered by Cedric Flax. 2 runs by Gum, 1 run by Pappas, covered 21 yards for the TD. PAT was no good. Trigo scored again on the second possession. Gum scrambled 36 yards, then hit Parker on a flanker screen that was good for a 22-yard TD. PAT pass incomplete, making it 12-0. Third drive featured Gum with 2 carries for 45 yards. He also hit Parker in pass in between for 10 yards. Covered 50 yards in 3 plays. Papa's PAT run was good, making it 20-0 with 5:57 left in the first. Quinter countered on a Wagner sneak, capped a 5-play drive. 8-yard pass to Jonah Ruckman, 9-yard pass to Colton Corwin. PAT was no good, making it 26. Final score of the set first, Gum to Parker, 37 yards down the sideline. Gun to Satran was the PAT was good, making it 28-6.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris, as that actually was a first quarter recap from Quinter as the Quinter Bulldogs trailing the Trigo Golden Eagles last count at 28-6. And we will see if we can get a halftime report from Chris. And that halftime report brought to you by Insurance Central. That's the Insurance Central halftime report. And let's go ahead and show you the halftime pregame blitz. This is the Kansas Pregame Magazine publisher and founder John Betts, and he's going to be talking to us this halftime about the rankings in the area.
All right, let's take a look at the kpreps.com high school football rankings for Kansas for what would be the end of week 8 of the season. In Class 6A, a classification that has shuffled around quite a bit, but has maintained the top 3 spots this week. Derby is number 1 with a record of 7-1. Lawrence Free State is number 2 with a record of 7-1, and Shawnee Mission East is number 3 with a record of 7-1. Number 4, Gardner Edgerton seems to be really coming on late, playing good football at 7-1, and Blue Valley Northwest jumps into the rankings at 6-2. Mays, Manhattan, Olathe North, Topeka High, and Wichita Heights also being considered for the 6A rankings. In Class 5A, number 1 is Bishop Carroll. Seems like they're picking up right where they left off last year. Number 2, Bishop Miege. Number 3, Blue Valley. Number 4, Salina South, really starting to play good football and hitting their stride. Number 5, Mill Valley. Others considered Andover, Blue Valley West, Hayes, and Cape and Mount Carmel. 4A, number 1, Holton, 8-0. Number 2, Andale, 8-0. Number 3, Baldwin, a really outstanding team behind running back Cornell Brown and quarterback Chad Berg out in eastern Kansas. Number 4, Bueller, 7-1. They got Riley Allen back last week. One of our Kansas pregame cover boys this year, one of the best running backs in the state of Kansas. Number 5, Paola at 7-1. Others considered Chanute, Coffeyville, Columbus, Heston, Mays South, McPherson, Tonganoxie, Ulysses, and Wichita Collegiate. In Class 3A, Beloit, firmly in control of the 3A rankings, but as we talked about earlier, they need to make sure that they get some of those key players back healthy. Number 2, Conway Springs, 8-0. Number 3, Rossville is 8-0. Number 4, Silver Lake at 7-1, with that only loss being to Rossville. And number 5, Caney Valley at 7-1. Galena, Phillipsburg, Sacred Heart, Scott City, and Sedgwick also being considered for the 3A rankings. In Class 2-1A, number 1, Centralia. They've been number 1 since the start of the season. Number 2, La Crosse at 8-0. Number 3, Meade at 7-1. Number 4, Oakley at 6-1. They had a week off last week. Number 5, Linden is 8-0. Elkhart suffered their first loss to Meade. Jackson Heights, Olpe, and Smith Center also just outside of our rankings. In 8-man Division 1, number 1, Osborne makes the leap to the top spot after Madison lost to Peabody Burns. Number 2, Kiowa County. They built a 40-0 lead over Stockton, and then all their starters were pulled. Trevor Powell, one of the best players in the state of Kansas. Madison falls to number 3 with the loss to Peabody Burns. Madison Valley is at number 4, and Atwood Rawlins County at 8-0 is number 5. Central Plains, Hodgman County, Hoxie, Peabody Burns, Solomon, South Central, South Haven, and West Elk, all just outside the rankings. 8-man Division 2, Baileyville B&B has been number 1 all year. Got a huge win over number 3 Hanover, their rival last week, 34-22 in district play. Number 2, Sharon Springs, Wallace County at 8-0. They shut out previously unbeaten Weskin 49-0. Number 3, Hanover, they hold on to that number 3 spot by virtue of playing such a good team so close. Number 4, Victoria at 8-0. Great team. We still have to wonder what the loss of Sam Otley, how that will impact them as they head into the playoffs. And number 5, Beloit St. John's Tipton, the aforementioned team that we talked about that made the great improvement from the time that all these players were freshmen to now. Chatopa, Fowler, Hope, South Barber, Thunder Ridge, and Waverly just outside of the 8-man 2 rankings. And remember, as we say every week, this is just a game that features a bunch of teenage boys running around and trying to hit each other as hard as they can. So let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, and just be a great fan of Kansas high school football.
Halftime edition of Pregame Blitz, and that's Kansas Pregame Magazine publisher and founder John Betts. You can follow them on Twitter or like them on Facebook, and they are the Sunflower State's only statewide coverage of high school football and also college football as well. And there's hundreds of locations throughout the state of Kansas. You can pick up your free copy of Kansas Pregame Magazine. All righty, time now for Nex-Tech Wireless Seat Tweets. And let's see what the fans in the stands have been sending us over the last few minutes to hashtag Seat Tweets. Seat Tweets brought to you by Nex-Tech Wireless. X-Moon tweets in, Osborne all over Rock Hills tonight, 44-6. That one coming in just a few moments ago. Thank you very much, X-Moon. And then Sue Bess tweets in, trick or treating before the big game tonight. Look at that, a couple Power Rangers on this Halloween night. We appreciate Soup sending us that picture. Couple of handsome-looking fellows there in their Power Rangers outfits. So, okay, well, producer's trying to tell me something. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's do a quick timeout. When we come back, we will show you the scores on the fours plus a whole lot more on this Halloween night. It's trick or treat wherever you are right here on Nex-Tech Game Time.
Are you looking for help around your home that always does a great job and will never call in sick or ask for a raise? Horizon Appliance and Electronics has found your help. Their help is very efficient while keeping your food cool and cooking it perfectly. Washing your dishes and doing your laundry. This same help from Horizon Appliance and Electronics will provide you state-of-the-art entertainment, even put you to bed in unbelievable comfort at night. Get the best help in town at Horizon Appliance and Electronics, East 27th in Hayes.
The Bryant Motel, Dreyer Automotive, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store, Cleveland Pharmacy, and Trigo Waukegan State Bank are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Trigo Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Star Construction, MCM Manufacturing, and Cargill Incorporated of Waukegan, backing the Trigo Golden Eagles all season long.
Crawford Supply is your leading oilfield supply service-oriented company with decades of experience and knowledge to serve you. We carry a full line of products to cover all phases from drilling to production. Nearly 6,000 items are in stock and ready for delivery. Crawford Supply now has a coating division that exclusively uses Ceramcoat, tubing, fittings, valves, or custom coating on anything that is metal to protect your valuable investment in the toughest environments. Crawford Supply with locations in Plainville, Hayes, Hill City, and McCook, Nebraska.
Hayes Ready Mix, Paul Wertenberger Construction, Flatlander Dirt Works, and J-Corp are proud supporters and sponsors of the Hayes High Indians, TMP Monarchs, and all the area's students and athletes. They hope this season is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Centennial Carpets, Steel Fabrications, Trober Sound, and the Hayes Recreation Commission, proud sponsors of all the area's students and athletes. If you have storm damage or dead trees to deal with, don't go out on a limb. Go with the pros at Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal. With over 25 years of experience, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal is equipped to take care of your job, big or small. From tree trimming and shaping to shelter belt and CRP clearing, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal will get the job done quickly. 24-hour emergency service is available, serving all of Northwest and Central Kansas. Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal. Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kayla Gatz, Gove County Medical Center, K&C Construction and Welding, and Quinter Pit Stop are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Quinter High School students and athletes. They hope this school year is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Press Construction, Doug and Marcia Press, Quinter Chiropractic, Dr. David Heskett, and Castle Rock Health and Fitness Center, backing the Quinter Bulldogs all season long.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time as we continue with Week 9 of high school football. And let's go ahead and take you out to Rexford, Kansas. As part of the halftime entertainment, the kids dressed up in their Halloween outfits going around and gathering candy from the fans in the stands. Tell you what, nothing like small town football. This is where the whole community gets involved and all the kids getting the candy from the fans. You see a Chiefs player and a lot of great costumes there. So great stuff there. Thank you for sending that in to us, Aubrey. She's been in Rexford all night with the Golden Plains and Northern Valley game, and it's been all Northern Valley. Speaking of which, great segue into Heritage Insurance Group scores on the fours. Let's catch you up to date as most of the games now are well into the third quarter. So without further ado, let's show you those scores on the fours. Scores on the 4 is brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group. All right, time now for Nex-Tech Wireless Seat Tweets. This is the interactive part of our show where you as fans in the stands, you as fans at home can send us your tweets to #CTweet, brought to you by Nex-Tech Wireless. Let's see what new tweets we have gotten in here in the last few minutes. Aubrey sends this in to us. Happy Halloween from Rexford. The kids did a parade as fans handed out the candy. Small towns are the best. That's #CTweet. I would agree with you, Aubrey. Pretty cool. More trick-or-treating kids. #CTweet. Thank you very much, Aubrey, for sending that in. Avery Lee sends this tweet. 40-14. Joaquini Trigo trouncing Quinter tonight. And those are the tweets that we have in so far. Avery, thank you very much for sending that tweet in. All righty. Time now for this halftime report. Speaking of the Quinter and Trigo matchup, Chris Lee is on the sidelines there in Quinter, and he has this halftime report for us.
Score here from Quinter. 40, Quinter 14. Here in the second quarter, first blood was drawn by Trigo. Cade Pappas 36-yard run. It was set up by a 14-yard scramble by Gum. PAT was no good, make it 34-6. Quinter answered with 11-play, 44-yard drive. It was all on the ground except for one 8-yard pass. Zach Maters took the ball the last 10 yards to Paybert. The PAT was a Wagner-Ruckman pass, make it 34-14 with 3:45. Trigo answered with a 6-play, 45-yard drive. Gum had the last 18 yards on 2 option keeps, make it 40-14. Halftime here at Quinter. Trigo leads.
All right, Chris, thank you very much, Chris, with that halftime report. And last count, it is 28-6 at last count, but I believe some new scores have come in. We'll get you those scores on the 4s here in just a little bit. In fact, right after this break, you're watching Nex-Tech Game Time, Week 9 of high school football. Don't go anywhere.
If your next construction project includes concrete products, remember the name APAC in Hayes. APAC features computerized batching, up-to-date equipment, and delivery by professional drivers. Specialty mixes are available. APAC also carries an assorted line of decorative rocks. For all your concrete jobs, call APAC at 785-625-3216. Delivering quality backed by reliability at competitive prices since 1945. APAC of Hayes.
Kawasaki Terex, the perfect combination of work and play. The fuel-injected smooth V-twin engine has enough torque for hard work and power for hard play. 2 seats or 4 take the crew with you. Need a workhorse? The Mule, Kawasaki's proven tough utility vehicle, and gas or diesel gets your job done quicker. See the complete side-by-side line of Terex and Mule vehicles at Day Motorsports, service at its best in Joaquini. Kawasaki, let the good times roll. Day Motorsports, 785-743-5723, daymotorsportsinc.com.
Kaiser Ag Service, Shy's Bar and Grill, and Goddard Body Shop and Goddard Spiral Stairs are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Logan and Palco high school students and athletes. We hope you make this school year the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Becker Terracing and Kaiser Machine, backing the Logan and Palco students and athletes in the classroom, on the fields, and on the courts all season long.
Are you ready to build your dream home or just need to add on? Well, then it's time to make your dreams a reality with Allegiant Construction and Design of Victoria. Specializing in new construction, residential and commercial remodeling, and custom cabinetry service, Allegiant Construction and Design even has the technology to let you see your new home inside and out before construction begins. Serving all of Kansas, Allegiant Construction and Design. Call them today at 785-735-2448. Leon's Welding and Fabrication in Hayes has been serving Western Kansas for over 25 years. With custom fabrication in the oil field as well as metal projects, including gates, handrails, metal art creations, sandblasting, and powder coating. New to Leon's Welding this year is dustless blasting. Now you can remove virtually any type of coating from any material and finish the job with a durable, long-lasting baked-on powder coating. Leon's Welding and Fabrication, East Highway 40 in Hayes.
The Almena Market, Hawks Electric and Construction, Home Oil Company, Windmill Farms, and Long Island Feed and Grain, LLC, are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Northern Valley High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from All-American Glass, North Central Kansas Contractors, Stephen Cox and Associates, Upland Pork, and the Almena State Bank, member FDIC, backing the Northern Valley Huskies all season long.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time. Just a little bit ago, we showed you the trick-or-treaters going around to all the fans at the stadium there at Golden Plains High School in Rexford. Let's show you, they also had this entertainment for their halftime. The Golden Plains Bulldogs dance team. Oh, this is the Quinter Trigo matchup. My apologies. This is the other Bulldogs. This is Quinter. And halftime show for the hometown Quinter Bulldogs fans. So good stuff there from Quinter. My apologies for the mistake of location there. It is now time for the Heritage Insurance Group scores on the fours. This is where we bring you those score updates every 10 minutes. Brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. Scores on the Four is brought to you every 10 minutes by the Heritage Insurance Group. All right, let's take you now to the highlights. We got some new highlights in for you, but let's kind of catch you up to date with what's going on. First of all, TMP tonight at Hoisington. Playoff berth on the line tonight, and Hoisington has pretty much had their way in this ball game. 6-0 early as Hoisington with this long touchdown run, extra point, no good. TMP gets the pass off here, but the defender lays into the TMP receiver. Hoisington gets the ball back and 67-yard touchdown run, and that put Hoisington up 12-3. Hoisington comes back on their next possession with 7:46 left to go in the third. Here is a 15-yard touchdown run, and this will put the Cardinals up 19-3, and that is where they are right now in the third quarter now. TMP down by 16 points, but still within 2 touchdowns of Hoisington. Again, the winner of that game goes on to the playoffs. Northern Valley is at Golden Plains tonight, and it has not been a very nice Halloween evening for Golden Plains because Northern Valley pretty much has had their way. Check out this run there for Northern Valley. This one will go the distance. That's a long run, but not near as long as this Northern Valley touchdown run weaving in and out of traffic, and he is going to go the distance. That, folks, is almost a 75-yard touchdown run. Golden Plains comes back, plunges it in from 2 yards out for the touchdown. But Northern Valley, on their next possession, will get another long touchdown run off. This one would make it 36 Northern Valley on top. Golden Plains would come back with a touchdown. Northern Valley up 38-12. This is Hunter Chandler with the touchdown here for Northern Valley. Extra point was good. And then Northern Valley, right at the buzzer, would get a touchdown here by 28. Jordan Baird, big Jordan Baird, plunges it in. The extra point is no good. And it is 52-12 now. Northern Valley is up by 40 and just about ready to put this game away. This is the final game of the season for both teams. Neither team will make it into the playoffs. Meanwhile, Logan Palco is at Stockton tonight. Logan Palco at 4-4, Stockton at 1-7. Logan gets the first touchdown with his long touchdown. Well, it's not a touchdown run, it's a run down to the 1 yard line. 99 brought down by number 9. And this is the touchdown run here from 2 yards out. And Logan Palco up early. Stockton gets this nice play. This is not a touchdown run, but it's a nice 40-yard scramble by their quarterback. Gets tackled inside the 5 yard line. Stockton on the next play would punch it in to the end zone. And Stockton looking like they're going to climb back into this one, except here's an inside screen pass. And for the touchdown, that put up Logan Palco up 20-8. And then this nice pass along the sidelines. That's a Stockton pass for a touchdown. And Logan Palco trailing this one now 24-20 to hometown Stockton. That's been a close game all night long. Game of the night easily is Phillipsburg at Norton. The Blue Jays hosting the Panthers. Norton got off to a good start with this long touchdown run. And that would put the Blue Jays up by the score of 6-0. Extra point was no good, but they come back in their next possession. Nice catch right there over the top of the defender, brought down inside the 5 yard line. Peaburg would not be able to stop this touchdown run by Norton. That put Norton up 13-0 after the extra point. Peaburg finally gets on the board. This nice pass out to Grant Wickham out in the flats. He is going to break it for a long touchdown, and the Panthers are back in this game 13-7. Norton comes back in their next possession with this 25-yard field goal. And then this 40-yard touchdown run, actually down to the 4 yard line. This is Phillipsburg down to the 4 by number 4, and quarterback scramble on the next play, and that will put Peaburg into the end zone. They were down 16-14 at that point. Norton would miss this field goal, long field goal, to put themselves up by 5, but it is 16-14 now. Norton hanging on to that 2-point lead. Again, this is one of those district games where you win and you're in. And so last year it was Phillipsburg beating Norton to get into the playoffs. Actually, my apologies. It was Norton beating Phillipsburg last year to get into the playoffs. Phillipsburg had that 7-2 record and could not get into the playoffs, losing their second game of the year to Norton. And Norton tonight so far has the 2-point lead, so we'll keep an eye on that game. The 5th regional game we are at tonight, Trigo is at Quinter. And Trigo has had this ball game under wraps for quite some time. Cade Pappas rushing in for 13 yards out. This is Devin Gum with the run. Nice juke move on that tackle attempt by Quinter. Gum in for the touchdown. Quinter with a 1-yard touchdown run, pull within 8 points. But here comes Trigo. Long touchdown pass. That'll make the Golden Eagles up 28-6. Trigo comes back with this long run to make the score 34-6. But Quinter not out yet. This is Mater, 10-yard touchdown run, and 34-14. Quinter trailing by 20, but Trigo would come back with his touchdown run. And at last count, Trigo was up now 40-14 in the third quarter over the Quinter Bulldogs. So those are the highlights that we have for you at this point, and we will keep those highlights coming to you, and also scores on the fours coming up here in just a little bit. Right now, we're going to take you to the Nex-Tech Wireless Seed Tweets. This is the interactive part of our show, where you as fans in the stands can send us your news and views, your pictures. You got your little ghouls and goblins with you tonight at the game? Should send us those pictures in. We'd love to see those pictures. Aubrey Broyles tweets in, game over in Rexford. Golden Plains losing tonight to Northern Valley, 58-12, ending early in the third quarter. Thank you, Aubrey, for sending that in to us. That's the latest seed tweet we have for you right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. Don't go anywhere. Scores on the fours coming up right after this.
Honey, you need to come and see this.
Nex-Tech TV, the one choice that gives you the most channels, the coolest features, and all for the best price in town. Nex-Tech, the power of one.
I'm Adam Stensel, production supervisor with Arm Custom Metals in Hays, Kansas. Arm Custom Metals' goal is to serve all your building components needs. Arm Custom Metals fabricates panels and custom trim to your specifications and links in 48 hours or less. Arm Custom Metals also fabricates standing seam roof and wall panels on site for all your residential and commercial projects. Come see us today at Arm Custom Metals, RM Custom Metals, 2150 East 8th Street in Hays, Kansas.
Pepsi Beverages of Hays, Progressive Physical Therapy Center, CK Earthworks LLC, Northwestern Printers, and Advanced Real Estate of Hays are proud supporters of the TMP Monarchs, Hays High Indians, and all the area students and athletes. They hope this season is the very best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Discount Siding Supply, the Golden Q, Norton County Hospital and Medical Clinic, and MLR Welding of Hays. Proud sponsors of all the area students and athletes.
Crawford Supply is your leading oilfield supply service-oriented company with decades of experience and knowledge to serve you. We carry a full line of products to cover all phases from drilling to production. Nearly 6,000 items are in stock and ready for delivery. Crawford Supply now has a coating division that exclusively uses Ceramcoat, tubing, fittings, valves, or custom coating on anything that is metal to protect your valuable investment in the toughest environments. Crawford Supply with locations in Plainville, Hays, Hill City, and McCook, Nebraska.
New Look Body Shop and Gall Motor Company, New Age Industrial Corporation, Graham Construction, Dairy Queen of Norton, and Ryan Walter and McClimate Chartered Attorneys are proud of the Norton Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from CarQuest of Norton, Destination Kitchen, Natoma Corporation, Center Sky Dentistry, the office of Dr. Greg Krizik, and First Security Bank and Trust of Norton and Lenora, member FDIC.
We all use our vehicle, or ride, differently. Some like to stand out. Others want to keep what's theirs, there. And there are those that want to be discreet or stay a bit cooler, while others prefer strictly function. And many simply want to move stuff around. Advantage Glass Plus can make your vehicle or ride a reality. 1005 Vine in Hays, online or on Facebook. Listed in the Nex-Tech directory.
Welcome back to Week 9 of Nex-Tech Game Time. Time now for Scores on the Fours, brought to you by the Heritage Insurance Group, where you are never more than 10 minutes away from updated scores right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. All right, Scores on the Forge brought to you by the Heritage Insurance Group. Okay, let's show you the highlights that we have in for you as we are covering 5 regional games, one of which is already over, but let's show you the games that are continuing to go on right now. Hoisington hosting TMP tonight. Playoff implications big here as Hoisington, their first possession results in this long touchdown run, and it makes the score 6-0, Hoisington on top. Defensive play of the night brought to you by Hoisington. And then the quarterback or handoff up the middle. This one will go 67 yards to the house, 12-3. The Cardinals up on top of TMP. Hoisington would come back with this 15-yard touchdown run to put them up 19-3. This is at the 7:46 mark of the third quarter. Then we have a touchdown pass by TMP into the end zone, and that made things a little interesting there, but Hoisington just scored on a 61-yard touchdown. They now lead 26-11 over the Monarchs as they are most likely into the fourth quarter by now of that game. Northern Valley and Golden Plains, this one is the only game on the regional schedule tonight that is completed. Northern Valley with big win tonight. Let's show you how they did that. Northern Valley with the first score of the ball game with this touchdown run. Lowers his helmet, bowls right over the defender trying to tackle him, and into the end zone goes Northern Valley. On their next possession, Northern Valley does it again with this long 75-yard touchdown run. He is going to go the distance. Nobody is going to touch him. That was Jordan Baird for the long touchdown run. Golden Plains comes in and punches it in for the touchdown for their first score of the night. But Northern Valley comes back again. And again, Jordan Baird along the left side all the way in the end zone for the touchdown, Northern Valley. Golden Plains would come back and score a touchdown, but Northern Valley would come back with this long touchdown run. Hunter Chandler, extra point was good, 46-12, Northern Valley on top here. Northern Valley again coming back with this long touchdown run, but guess who? Jordan Baird again, and then Northern Valley would come in and punch it in from one more time, 58-12 at that point early in the third, and that is the final. And the season is over for both Northern Valley as they finish their season at 5-4, and Golden Plains, their season is finished as well. Tonight we are also in Stockton following the Logan Palco and Stockton Tiger matchup. Let's show you the highlights that we have for you from Stockton. Logan Palco would get on the board first with this long run down to the 2-yard line. 99 brought down by number 9 of Stockton, and this results in a 2-yard touchdown run for Logan Palco. Stockton comes back. This nifty 40-yard run by their quarterback, it's not a touchdown, but it is a heck of a run, gets Stockton down to inside the 5-yard line of Logan Palco. It would result in this 2-yard touchdown run for the Tigers. Logan Palco comes back. This nice pass would make the score 20-8. And Stockton comes back with this long touchdown pass, perfectly placed, perfectly caught there by Stockton. Stockton was up 20-8 at that time. And we just had a score just come in, 50-yard touchdown pass. Becker for the 2-point conversion. And Logan Palco was up 28-24 in the fourth quarter. That game has been back and forth all night. Great ball game tonight there in Stockton. Phillipsburg and Norton. Playoff implications again on the line tonight in this ball game. Phillipsburg trying to avenge a loss last year to Norton. Let's see how they are doing tonight. Didn't start off well for Phillipsburg. Started really well for Norton as they got a touchdown early in the ball game, and this long touchdown run out to the right. And extra point was no good, but it was 6-0. Norton on top. Check out this catch by number 35, Tanner Furbush, right over the top of his defender. Brings it down to the 5-yard line. It would result in eventually a 3-yard touchdown run for Norton, and they would go up 13-0 after the extra point. Peaburg finally breaks out of the gates with this nice touchdown pass out to Grant Wickham. turns on the jets right between those two defenders, and down the sideline he goes and in for the touchdown. And Norton would come back in their next possession. 25-yard field goal attempt is up and good. Norton hanging on to the lead. Phillipsburg would come back with this Juneman run down to the 4-yard line. 40-yard run there for the quarterback. And Riley would end up putting it into the end zone, the quarterback keeper there. And 16-14 as Phillipsburg would pull within 2. Norton could not get that field goal attempt to go, but Peaburg would just score here just a few moments ago. Phillipsburg touchdown run. It is now 20-16. Phillipsburg with the lead in that ball game into the fourth quarter, and that one is it may come down to whoever has the ball last is going to end up winning that ball game. Don't go anywhere. We will keep you up to date on that ball game. Trigo and Quinter, a couple teams that are out of playoff contention. But Quinter has come, Trigo, I should say, has come to Quinter tonight and is putting on quite a display. Let's show you how they are doing that. Cade Pappas will start things off with this nifty 13-yard touchdown run for the Trigo Golden Eagles. On their next possession, Trigo, Devin Gum will punch this one in for a touchdown. And would make the score 14-0. Quinter with a 1-yard touchdown run, 14-6. And then Trigo would pass and make this, after a couple scores, 28-6. Trigo on top. A lot of Trigos tonight with this long run here, and that would set up another touchdown run. But here comes Quinter. This is Mater with a 10-yard touchdown. 34-14 is the score. And Trigo just got a touchdown in right here. And Trigo is well in command of this game. 40-14 is the last score that we have on that game. We're going to send you back up to Norton. We do have this third quarter update for you. Curtis Brown is on the sidelines, and he has this report for us.
We're at the end of the third quarter here at Travis Field in Norton in a back-and-forth game. Phillipsburg regained the lead here in the third quarter on a 2-yard touchdown run by Michael Ducine. The 2-point conversion failed. Justin Judeman then picked off Norton's Jordan Dole on the 10-yard line. We're at the end of the 3. It's Phillipsburg 20, Norton 16.
All right, Curtis, thank you very much. Curtis is going to be in studio next Tuesday for the final Nex-Tech Game Time football edition. And we also want to remind you, tomorrow night we are going to be at Lewis Field Stadium. Hayes High playoff hopes on the line tomorrow night as they host 3-5 Salina Central. Don't let the 3-5 record deceive you. That is a very good Salina Central team. And that pregame show will be at 6:45 tomorrow evening. And the kickoff is at 7 o'clock. You can watch that live right here on Nex-Tech Channel 100 and also on streaming on nextech.com. All right, let's go ahead and show you the latest we have on Nex-Tech Wireless Seat Tweets, the interactive part of the show. And we do not have any tweets. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to throw it to a commercial break. We're going to update you on the scores. We're really paying close attention to the Norton and Phillipsburg game, where Phillipsburg has that 4-point lead in the fourth quarter, and TMP is trying to climb back into their game against Hoisington. They are down 26-11, but we'll catch you up to date on all the scores after this, right here on Nex-Tech Game Time.
Crawford Supply is your leading oilfield supply service-oriented company with decades of experience and knowledge to serve you. We carry a full line of products to cover all phases from drilling to production. Nearly 6,000 items are in stock and ready for delivery. Crawford Supply now has a coating division that exclusively uses Ceramcoat, tubing, fittings, valves, or custom coating on anything that is metal to protect your valuable investment in the toughest environments. Crawford Supply with locations in Plainville, Hayes, Hill City, and McCook, Nebraska.
Angel Eyes Boutique, Hardy Construction, Moffett Drugstore, Big Belly Barbecue and Catering, and Kansas Land Realty and Auction, Larry Riggs, are proud of the Norton Community High School students and athletes. They hope this school year is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Red Wing Chemical Company, LLC, Lamont Shirk, DDS, S&S Gunworks, Boxler Insurance Agency, and Miltech Machine Corporation, backing the Norton Blue Jays all season long.
Are you looking for help around your home that always does a great job and will never call in sick or ask for a raise? Horizon Appliance and Electronics has found your help. Their help is very efficient while keeping your food cool and cooking it perfectly, washing your dishes, and doing your laundry. This same help from Horizon Appliance and Electronics will provide you state-of-the-art entertainment, even put you to bed in unbelievable comfort at night. Get the best help in town at Horizon Appliance and Electronics, East 27th in Hayes.
Better Water of Smith Center, Rogers & Associates Insurance, Hometown Brand Center of Hayes and Russell, and the Phillips County Hospital and Medical Clinic are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the area students and athletes. They hope this season and school year is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from State Glass Company in Hayes and Mapes & Miller, LLC, certified public accountants with offices in Norton, Phillipsburg, Stockton, Quinter, and Waukene. If you have storm damage or dead trees to deal with, don't go out on a limb. Go with the pros at Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal. With over 25 years of experience, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal is equipped to take care of your job, big or small. From tree trimming and shaping to shelter belt and CRP clearing, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal will get the job done quickly. 24-hour emergency service is available, serving all of Northwest and Central Kansas. Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal. Lane's Remodeling, Stockton Dental Center, Dr. Cynthia Pedicolis, Webster's Supermarket, and Farmers National Bank are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Stockton High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Kaiser Ag Service, Don Hammett Land and Auction Company Incorporated, J-Mart, and Culligan Water Conditioning of Stockton, backing the Stockton Tigers all season long.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time, as most of the games are in the fourth quarter right now, and things are on the line right now for TMP, for Phillipsburg and Norton, as they are looking to try to stamp their ticket into the playoffs next week. So without further ado, let's show you the Heritage Insurance Group scores on the fours. Brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group, where you have updated scores every 10 minutes right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. Scores on the Four is brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group. All right, as we had mentioned, many of the games are well into the fourth quarter, and let's take you now to Hoisington, where we have these highlights from the TMP Monarchs on the road tonight at the Hoisington Cardinals. TMP trying to get into the playoffs. Doesn't start off well. There's a long touchdown run for Hoisington. Early 6-0 Cardinals with the lead. Extra point no good. Check out this defensive play by Hoisington. Bam! Nice shot there, and the TMP receiver cannot hang on to the ball. Next possession for Hoisington, 67-yard touchdown run. That puts the Cardinals up 12-3 early in that ball game. Hoisington comes back with this touchdown. This is a 15-yard run. This would put the Cardinals up 19-3 with 7:46 left to go in the third quarter. And TMP would get back on the board. This would make it 19-11. TMP with his touchdown pass from McGaffin, the quarterback. And TMP trying to keep things going. This is a 4th down conversion on 4th and 9. Finds the open receiver, and it will be a first down for TMP, but they could not advance it any further. TMP losing at this point 26-11 to Hoisington as they are well into the fourth quarter. The game has already been completed tonight. The 45-point rule has been invoked. That was Northern Valley at Golden Plains. It was all Northern Valley in this game. They were scoring from long distances tonight. This is one of the shortest runs of the night for the Huskies. That is good for the touchdown. That is none other than Jordan Baird, number 28, who had one heck of a night. This is another touchdown run by Jordan Baird again. That's number 2 for Baird. Golden Plains comes back with this 1-yard touchdown run, but Northern Valley was not quite done yet. This is another touchdown run by, you guessed it, Jordan Baird, number 28, his 3rd touchdown run of the night, and Northern Valley was off and running. This time, Hunter Chandler, the quarterback, wanted in on the action. He got in this touchdown. It's 38-12 Northern Valley. At this point, Hunter Chandler would again get into the end zone, 46-12, Northern Valley with the lead. Then Northern Valley would score on this run by Jordan Baird again, his 4th touchdown run of the night, and Northern Valley would cap things off with his touchdown run. 58-12 is the final. Northern Valley over the Golden Plains Huskies, and that's the way the season is going to end for both teams tonight. That game ended early in the third quarter. Palco and Logan Palco, I should say, the Trojans made the trip east to Stockton tonight to take on the Tigers. Logan Palco got off to a good start here. This is a nice long run down to the 2-yard line for Logan Palco. The ensuing play would result in this quarterback keeper, a touchdown run for the Trojans. Put them up 6-0. Stockton comes back. This 40-yard scramble by their quarterback does not result in a touchdown, but it does put Stockton deep inside Logan Palco territory. 2 plays later, Stockton would punch it into the end zone, and that would make the score 8-6. Stockton with the lead. Logan comes back. Logan Palco with this screen pass. This one actually made it 20-8. With Logan Palco on top. Stockton comes back, though. They actually take the lead on this pass and catch and run for the touchdown. And Logan Palco is finding themselves down, but they come back. Logan Palco with this 50-yard touchdown pass. 2-point conversion was good. And then Pinkerton, the long run for Logan Palco as they are starting to blow things open here. Nice run there by Pinkerton. 2-point conversion was good. Logan Palco was up 36-24 as they are in the fourth quarter of that ball game. Phillipsburg and Norton. Big game tonight. This one has been close the entire game, with the exception of the first quarter. Norton draws first blood on this touchdown run around the right end from about 20 yards out. Norton goes up. The extra point was no good. It's 6-0. Blue Jays on top. Phillipsburg couldn't do anything on their first possession. Norton on their next possession. Check out this catch by Tanner Furbush over top of his defender, and he will catch the ball running down inside the 5-yard line, and that would result in this 3-yard touchdown run by Norton, and they would be up 13-0 early in this ball game over Peaburg, but Phillipsburg will come back. This is a nice catch and run by Grant Wickham. Streaks right between 2 defenders and barrels his way into the end zone in the first quarter and makes it 13-7. Here is a 25-yard field goal attempt by Norton is good, and that made it 16-7. But here comes Juneman, the quarterback, number 4, rushing for 40 yards down to the 4-yard line, and that would result in this quarterback scramble by Juneman, weaving in and out of traffic, and he will get in the end zone for the touchdown, 16-14, Norton on top. Norton trying to build a 5-point lead, could not quite get that field goal to go. Peaburg on the ensuing possession would score on this touchdown for the first time in the night. Peaburg on top 20-16. Here's a fourth down attempt by Peaburg, 4th and goal. They could not get it to go. Norton's defense standing up there, and they now have the ball and trying to get back into this ball game. And Norton is down 20-16, but they have the ball there in the fourth quarter of that ball game. And then the 5th game we're at tonight, Quinter and Trigo. Quinter playing host tonight to the Trigo Golden Eagles, but it's been Trigo all night. Cade Pappas popping this one in from 13 yards out for the touchdown. Next possession for Trigo, that's Devin Gum. He gets in on the action with a touchdown run. And all of a sudden, it's 14-0 Trigo on top. Quinter comes back with his 1-yard touchdown run. And Trigo comes back with this touchdown pass to make the Golden Eagles up 28-6. Trigo with this long touchdown run makes it 34-6. And then Mater for the Quinter Bulldogs with the handoff and the touchdown, 34-14. Trigo would go on to score 2 more times. And at last count, it was 40-14. The Golden Eagles on top. And it has been Trigo all game long as they are spoiling the home finale for the Quinter Bulldogs. In fact, it's the last game of the season for both teams. Neither team will make it into the postseason, but Trigo looks like they're going to end their season on a positive note tonight. All right, it's now time for the Nex-Tech Wireless Seat Tweets. We do have some tweets for you, brought to you by Nex-Tech Wireless. Don't forget, every time you send us a tweet to #SeatTweet, you have entered your name into a chance to win an ultra cool neon green Nex-Tech Game Time t-shirt. Avery Lee, 46-14 at the end of the third. So that's an update there between Trigo and Quinter. Come on, dog, says Avery Lee. #SeatTweet. And that appears to be it. That's the seat tweet that we have in. Brought to you by Nex-Tech Wireless. Don't forget, that's the interactive part of our show. You as fans in the stands, send us your pictures, news, views, what's going on at the game you are at tonight. When we come back, Heritage Insurance Group scores on the 4s as the games are starting to wind down on this week 9 of high school football. Don't forget, there are football games tomorrow night as well, including our exclusive coverage of the Hayes High and Salina Central game. We will be live from Lewis Field Stadium on the campus of Fort Hays State University. Yours truly and Chris Lee will have the play-by-play action pregame at 6:45. And kickoff is at 7 o'clock. That's right here on Nex-Tech Channel 100 and also nextech.com. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, scores on the 4s right after this.
Musical instruments, you'll find those here. Nex-Tech Directory, in print, online, and now mobile. Find what you're looking for.
If your next construction project includes concrete products, remember the name APAC in Hayes. APAC features computerized batching, up-to-date equipment, and delivery by professional drivers. Specialty mixes are available. APAC also carries an assorted line of decorative rocks. For all your concrete jobs, call APAC at 785-625-3216. Delivering quality backed by reliability at competitive prices since 1945. APAC of Hayes.
When it pours, one thing's for sure. Roof Masters, that's who you're looking for.
Roof Masters, your local roofing company, uses only first quality materials. Call today for a free estimate.
Roof Masters Roofing, we get the job done. We got you covered.
Here today and here tomorrow. Family owned and operated for 25 years.
Sterling Supply, LLC, your CarQuest dealer. Kuhlman Construction Incorporated, top-notch designs, and Wilkins Manufacturing and Tarps Unlimited are proud of the Stockton High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Tracy's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, B&B Ready Mix of Stockton, Smith Monuments, Ron Galloway, Stockton National Bank, and Farmers Union Elevator, backing the Stockton Tigers all season long.
Leon's Welding and Fabrication in Hayes has been serving Western Kansas for over 25 years. With custom fabrication in the oil field as well as metal projects, including gates, handrails, metal art creations, sandblasting, and powder coating. New to Leon's Welding this year is dustless blasting. Now you can remove virtually any type of coating from any material and finish the job with a durable, long-lasting baked-on powder coating. Leon's Welding and Fabrication, East Highway 40 in Hayes.
Growendike Transport Incorporated, Biggs Insurance Agency, Miles Furniture and Installations, White's Food Liner, and Farmers State Bank are proud of the Phillipsburg High School students and athletes. Best wishes from Darren McDowell, D&K Insurance Services, Thompson Family Chiropractic, Cliffs Welding Service Incorporated, CM Fencing and Trenching, Landmark Implement Incorporated, and Coombs Inc., backing the Phillipsburg Panthers all season long.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time as we continue on into the waning moments of fourth quarter action in a lot of our games. In fact, we just have a final in, and let's go ahead and show you the scores on the fours, brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group. Scores on the fours brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group. All right. As you probably noticed, the Phillipsburg-Norton game is a final, and Phillipsburg pulls that one out 20-16. We'll show you those highlights in just a second. The TMP-Hoisington game is a final. I'll show you the highlights of that game. Hoisington got started with a touchdown run there, and 6-0 Hoisington on top. Check out this defensive hit there for Hoisington. They get the ball back. 67-yard touchdown run is what ensues next, and just like that, it's 12-3 Hoisington on top after a TMP field goal. Here's another touchdown run for Hoisington. If this one from 15 yards out, this would make it 19-3 Cardinals on top at the 7:46 mark of the third quarter. TMP would get on the board touchdown-wise with this pass and a 2-point conversion to make the score 19-11. Then with a 61-yard touchdown run by Hoisington. This is a fourth down attempt, successful attempt for first down for TMP. And then TMP would be able to get the ball in the end zone one more time on this touchdown pass. The extra point would fail, and that's the way the ball game would end. 26-17 is your final. Hoisington goes on to the playoffs, and for the TMP Marion Monarchs, they will not go in the postseason, and their football season is over with. Meanwhile, Northern Valley was at Golden Plains tonight. Northern Valley looking good, but their season is also over. But they ended this season with a great win, and it was Jordan Baird with 4 touchdowns on the night tonight for Northern Valley. Just highlights all over the place from Jordan Baird as he was scoring from every direction tonight. There is a touchdown run, the first one for Golden Plains. In fact, Golden Plains tonight would put 12 points on the board. Northern Valley 58, including this other one by Jordan Baird. And Northern Valley kept scoring. In fact, this is Hunter Chandler with his first of 2 touchdowns for the Huskies. Jordan Baird would get his 4th touchdown on this run, right up the gut, and he is going to go the distance. At this point, it was 52-12 Northern Valley, and they would cap things off right here with this touchdown run, and that would make the final score 58-12. Northern Valley ends their season 5-4 as they beat the Golden Plains Bulldogs. Logan Palco at Stockton tonight. Neither team going to make it to the playoffs. A lot of pride on the line tonight. Let's show you those highlights. Logan Palco gets off to a good start with this long run down to the 2-yard line for the Trojans early in the ballgame. Next play, this is a quarterback keeper right up the middle for the touchdown, and it's 6-0. Logan Palco with the lead. Stockton comes back. This is a 40-yard touchdown, or excuse me, not a touchdown run, but it is a 40-yard run for the Stockton quarterback down inside the Logan Palco 5-yard line. 2 plays later, Logan Palco will give up this touchdown to Stockton. Logan Palco does give the ball back to Stockton, and this touchdown pass into the end zone, and it's 28. Logan Palco with the lead. Stockton comes back with this heck of a throw, heck of a catch there for the Tigers, in for the touchdown. That made the score 20-16. This is a 50-yard touchdown pass for Logan Palco, and this is the point of the game where they start pulling away. Pinkerton gets into the action with this touchdown for the Trojans. This one will go the distance, but Logan Palco goes on to win this one by the score of 44-24. So both teams, their season is over with. That's a nice pass there for the Logan Palco Trojans, and that is over with. 50-24 actually is the final score. Logan Palco over Stockton. Meanwhile, Phillipsburg and Norton, this one is a final, and let's show you how that one was done. Norton got off to a big start tonight with this touchdown run around the right end, and all of a sudden Norton was up 6-0 over Phillipsburg. Phillipsburg couldn't get anything going on their first possession. Norton gets the ball back. Check out this catch by Tanner Furbush down at the 10. He'll push it inside the 5 down at the 3-yard line, and that would ensue in this 3-yard touchdown run for the Panthers. Phillipsburg would finally get on the board as Grant Wickham catches the swing pass. Watch him cut through those defenders, turn on the afterburners, and down the field he goes for the touchdown. Grant Wickham, nice catch and run. Norton would tack on a 25-yard field goal at this point to make it 16-6, and Phillipsburg pulls away. Here comes Juneman, the quarterback, number 4, down to the 4. That would result in a quarterback scramble by Juneman for the touchdown. 16-14 now. Norton is only up by 2 this is around the halftime mark. This long field goal attempt to go up by 5 is no good by Norton. Phillipsburg down 20-16, punches it in the end zone. Now they're up, they were down 16-14. Now they're up 20-16, and Norton would be able to stop a 4th and goal for Phillipsburg. It looked like Norton was going to come back and pull this one out, but they were not able to. Time ran out on Norton, and Phillipsburg wins by the score of 20-16. Phillipsburg will advance into the playoffs as the number 2 seed out of the district. Number 1 seed, of course, is Beloit. Curtis Brown is on the sidelines, and he has this final wrap of this great game tonight up in Norton.
Welcome back to Travis Field in Norton, where the game between the Norton Blue Jays and the Phillipsburg Panthers has just went final. Neither team was able to score in the fourth quarter. Phillipsburg's Scott Linehan intercepted Norton's Jordan Dole earlier in the fourth quarter, and another Blue Jay drive ended with a fumble. Phillipsburg's Justin Juneman had a big night, throwing for 1 touchdown, running for another, and having interception on defense. Turnovers what did Norton in at the end in the second half, where they had 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and 1 fumble. Final score, Phillipsburg 20, Norton 16. Reporting from Norton, this is Curtis Brown with Nex-Tech Game Time.
All right, Curtis had the best seat in the house tonight on a 20-16 Phillipsburg win, and great ball game. It was a muchly anticipated ball game, and certainly lived up to his billing. 4-point win by the Panthers tonight. We were also in Quinter tonight as Trigo comes to town and has been putting on a thumping on the Quinter Bulldogs tonight. Let's show you those highlights. This is Cade Pappas popping it in from 13 yards out for the first score of the night, and the Eagles up by the score of 6-0. And then Devin Gum comes in and runs this one almost the same direction that Cade Pappas did the last score, 14-0. Trigo with the lead. Quinter gets on the board with this 1-yard touchdown run, and then Trigo comes back with this beautiful pass down the left sideline, and it is a touchdown. 28-6 is the score at this point. Trigo with this long run, weaving in and out of traffic along the right far sidelines, and he will go in for the touchdown. But Quinter will come back with its Mater 10-yard touchdown run. 34-14 was the score at this point. And then Trigo would go on to score the next 2 touchdowns. 46-14 the score there in Quinter as Trigo makes the 15-mile journey over to Quinter to not play very nice on your opponent's field, but it was Quinter tonight losing to Trigo. The score we have there is 46-14. So those are the scores. Those are the highlights we have at this point. When we come back, actually, let's do Nex-Tech Wireless Seat Tweets. This is the interactive part of it. No? Okay, we will not have the seat tweets. Let's go ahead and throw it to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to update you with the scores, many of which are in the final mode, and we will bring those to you right after this on Nex-Tech Game Time.
Frontier Ag of Rexford, Breton, and Menlo, Dave's Auto Supply, Proud Finishes, LLC, and Paul's Furniture Company are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Golden Plains High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Midway Motel and Cafe, Midway Chiropractic, Neff Seeds, Miller & Miller Incorporated, and Steve's Body Shop, backing the Golden Plains Bulldogs all season long.
Since 1892, Heartland Building Center has been supplying Central and Northwest Kansas with superior building materials and service. With an experienced staff, they can help you with any size job, from cabinets, countertops, decking, roofing to Benjamin Moore paints, windows, and window repair. Heartland Building Center has access to hundreds of products on hand or available to order. So for all your building material needs, stop in and see the local experts at Heartland Building Center, taking your building needs to heart.
Kansas Land Bank, Family Market, Blue Stem Medical, LLP, and Quinter Building Material Company are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Quinter High School students and athletes. They hope this school year is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Flower Cottage Wildflower Designs, Smitty's Tire and Battery, Formation Plastics Incorporated, and Randy Patterson Welding, backing the Quinter Bulldogs all season long.
Roof Masters Roofing installs only the highest quality warranted commercial roofing materials and takes care of all insurance claims. Insulate your building with our high R value insulation. Get guaranteed performance of your commercial roof for 10 to 20 years. Call Roof Masters Roofing today for an estimate and save.
Roof Masters Roofing, let's get the job done. We got you covered.
WW Drilling LLC, Golden Eagle Machine, and Walkini Tire and Service LLC are proud of the sportsmanship, hard work, and dedication of all the Trigo Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season in the classroom, on the courts, and on the field. From Heather A. Robin, OD, Schmidt Funeral Home, and Sheer Design, supporting the Trigo Golden Eagles all season long.
Nex-Tech offers the highest quality phone service for one great low price, and you can get amazing features like caller ID on your TV and voicemail to email. Nex-Tech, the power of one.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time as we start to wind things down here tonight. We have a couple games still going on, Trigo and Quinter still going on, also Logan, Palco, and Stockton as that game nears the end of that contest. So without further ado, let's show you the Heritage Insurance Group scores on the fours. Scores brought to you every 10 minutes right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. Norton Glass, actually no, it is the Heritage Insurance Group scores on the fours. Getting late here at Nex-Tech Game Time, but let's go ahead and show you the highlights that we have for you. Most of the games we've been covering for you tonight are finals. Speaking of which, TMP making the trip to Hoisington tonight, trying to earn a playoff berth with a win tonight. And let's show you how things unfolded in Hoisington tonight. First of all, Hoisington got off to a start with a long touchdown run, 6-0. Extra point was no good, and Hoisington with the lead. Check out this defensive hit. This has got to be one of the top plays of the night. Boom! Hoisington with a big hit on the TMP defender or receiver, and then Hoisington comes back with a 67-yard touchdown run after a TMP field goal. Makes it 12-3, Hoisington on top. Hoisington comes back and would score again on this play. That would make it 19-3, Cardinals on top at the 7:46 mark of the third quarter. TMP would come back and put some points on the board. This Max McGaffin touchdown pass is good, And the 2-point conversion was also good for TMP. TMP looking like they're going to climb back into this ball game. Nice rollout and scramble, and McGaffin, the quarterback, would find his open receiver. That was a 4th down and 9. They would convert with TMP, but they would not be able to punch the ball in the end zone. The next possession, here's TMP with a touchdown right there. That is a touchdown pass. The extra point was no good, and that's the way that things would end. 26-17. TMP loses tonight to Hoisington, and for the Monarchs, their season is over with. We were also in Golden Plains tonight, in Rexford at Golden Plains High School. Northern Valley making the long trip, and let's see how that one unfolded. Northern Valley gets off to a good start with this Jordan Baird touchdown run. It was Jordan Baird night at Golden Plains High School's Baird. Here's another touchdown run by Jordan Baird. This one was the 75-yard fashion. He is going to go all the way. Golden Plains, the Bulldogs, would score on this 1-yard touchdown plunge to make the score 24-6. Northern Valley would come back, and with this long run by, you guessed it, Jordan Baird, 30-6. Northern Valley on top in this ball game. Golden Plains would come back, and we'll get a touchdown by Schwartz. Northern Valley then would score on this Hunter Chandler run. 38-12 is the score at this point. Hunter Chandler would score again for Northern Valley, and then Jordan Baird punches it up the middle, untouched. Jordan Baird into the end zone for the touchdown, and then Northern Valley would cap things off early in the third quarter, and this one would seal the deal, and that is a touchdown and the win, 58-12. Northern Valley winning tonight over Golden Plains to end both the teams' seasons. Stockton tonight playing host to Logan Palco, and Logan got off to a good start tonight. Check out this run. Big number 99 trying to outrun number 9 along the sidelines. Well, not quite get in the end zone, but down to the 1-yard line. Let's call it the 2-yard line. Next play, quarterback keeper for Logan Palco punches it in. It is a touchdown. Stockton quarterback would scramble and run it up the middle. 4 yards out. We'll take it down to inside the 4-yard line. And the ensuing 2 plays later, touchdown, Stockton Tigers tie things up. Stockton would come back. Actually, Logan Palco would come back with this touchdown pass. Make the score 20-8. Check out this pass and catch right along the near sidelines. That would make the score 28-14. And then we start seeing Logan Palco pulling away. This touchdown to Becker would make it 28-24. Logan Palco on top. Pinkerton would get into the action as well. Breaks a few tackles and is off to the races. 36-24 Logan Palco at this point. They would score again. And then on this touchdown pass to seal the deal, 52-24. And that is your score out of Stockton as the Logan Palco Trojans make the trip to Stockton tonight with the big win. Phillipsburg and Norton, the play of the game of the night tonight, and it was a great game. Norton with the first 2 scores of the ball game. First one, this long touchdown run for the Blue Jays. Extra point, no good. Brings them up 6-0. Then on the next possession for Norton, here's Tanner Furbush. Check out this catch. Right over the top of his defender. Brings it down inside the 4-yard line. And first down and goal for the Blue Jays. And they would punch it in on the very next play. And that'd make the score 13-0. Norton with the lead. This one goes out to Grant Wickham. This is a Peaburg touchdown. Their first one of the night. This one is going the distance. And that's the first point of the night for Phillipsburg. Norton comes back with a 25-yard field goal attempt and good. And that would make the score 16-7. Then Phillipsburg starts to march away here as Juneman, the quarterback, runs it down to inside the 5-yard line. And Juneman would follow up that 40-yard run with this quarterback keeper. Breaks it to the outside, cuts it back in the middle for the touchdown. And it is 16-14. Norton only up by 2. They tried to bring it up to 5, but the long field goal just short for the Blue Jays. Phillipsburg takes advantage on the next possession, punches it in for the touchdown. 20-16, Peaburg with the lead at that point. And Peaburg tried to seal the deal right here on a 4th and goal, but could not convert. And Norton would have the ball late in the 4th quarter, and they could not march the ball down the field, and that's the way the ball game would end. Phillipsburg would win this one 20-16 and will advance into the 3A playoffs next week. And our final game that we were covering tonight, Trigo at Quinter, and it was all Trigo Golden Eagles as they made the trip to Quinter tonight. Cade Pappas punches it in from 13 yards out for the touchdown, first score of the night, and then Devin Gum gets in on the action, almost the exact same looking play, and he will punch that in for a touchdown, 14-0 at this point for the Golden Eagles. And then Quinter would punch the ball in, 14-6. Trigo, with this nice pass, would bring the score up to 28-6, and then this long run for Trigo would make it 34-6, and Trigo starting to pull away here in front of the home fans there in Quinter. Quinter comes back. This is Mater with a 10-yard touchdown run for the Bulldogs. That pulls the Bulldogs to within 20, but it was all Trigo for the rest of the night. 2 more touchdowns. Check that. 3 more touchdowns, including the final touchdown was a 15-yard touchdown run by Boger, and actually Quinter did get a touchdown Corwin to Ruckman for Quinter for the touchdown, but it really made no difference. The score 52-22, that is a final out of Quinter. Do we have a final recap from Chris out of Quinter? Not yet. Okay, when we come back, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have the top-notch guttering and home improvement plays of the night, and hopefully we'll have a final recap from Chris Lee, who was at that Quinter and Trigo game. That's all coming up as we wrap things up on week 9 of high school football right here on Nex-Tech Game Time.
Mawson Terracing Company Incorporated, 2 Blondes Bakery and Deli, and White Star Machinery are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Trigo Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season in the classroom and on the fields. From Heartland Foods of Waukene, Solid Financial Solutions Incorporated, and TJ's Alignment, backing the Trigo Golden Eagles all season long.
Are you looking for help around your home that always does a great job and will never call in sick or ask for a raise? Horizon Appliance and Electronics has found your help. Their help is very efficient while keeping your food cool and cooking it perfectly, washing your dishes, and doing your laundry. This same help from Horizon Appliance and Electronics will provide you state-of-the-art entertainment, even put you to bed in unbelievable comfort at night. Get the best help in town at Horizon Appliance and Electronics, East 27th in Hayes.
The Bryant Motel, Dreyer Automotive, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store, Cleveland Pharmacy, and Trigo Waukene State Bank are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Trigo Community High School students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Star Construction, MCM Manufacturing, and Cargill Incorporated of Waukene, backing the Trigo Golden Eagles all season long.
Crawford Supply is your leading oilfield supply service-oriented company with decades of experience and knowledge to serve you. We carry a full line of products to cover all phases from drilling to production. Nearly 6,000 items are in stock and ready for delivery. Crawford Supply now has a coating division that exclusively uses Ceramcoat, tubing, fittings, valves, or custom coating on anything that is metal to protect your valuable investment in the toughest environments. Crawford Supply with locations in Plainville, Hayes, Hill City, and McCook, Nebraska.
Hayes Ready Mix, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, Flatlander Dirt Works, and J-Corp are proud supporters and sponsors of the Hayes High Indians, TMP Monarchs, and all the area's students and athletes. They hope this season is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Centennial Carpets, Steel Fabrications, Trober Sound, and the Hayes Recreation Commission, proud sponsors of all the area's students and athletes. If you have storm damage or dead trees to deal with, don't go out on a limb. Go with the pros at Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal. With over 25 years of experience, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal is equipped to take care of your job, big or small. From tree trimming and shaping to shelter belt and CRP clearing, Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal will get the job done quickly. 24-hour emergency service is available, serving all of Northwest and Central Kansas. Get a Switch Tree Service and Stump Removal. Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kayla Gatz, Gove County Medical Center, K&C Construction and Welding, and Quinter Pit Stop are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Quinter High School students and athletes. They hope this school year is the best ever. Best wishes for a successful season from Press Construction, Doug and Marcia Press, Quinter Chiropractic, Dr. David Heskett, and Castle Rock Health and Fitness Center, backing the Quinter Bulldogs all season long.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time. It's week 9 as the games are finals now. I'm going to bring you the final edition of Scores on the Fours, so make sure we get you caught up to date on all the finals in games in the area tonight. So this is our final look at the Scores on the Fours, brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group. Scores on the Fours brought to you by Heritage Insurance Group. All right, we do have a final. Trigo over Quinter tonight. Let's send it out to Quinter. Chris Lee has been on the sidelines all night, and he has this final recap of that ball game. Chris?
Back here at Quinter, where we've got a final score of 52-22. Each team scored 1 TD in the fourth quarter. Trigo drew first blood. They 12 plays, 63 yards. Pappas rushed for 24 yards. Schenthaler rushed for 25. Ratliff scored the touchdown on a 10-yard quarterback sweep. PAT was no good. Quinter answered. Corwin moved to quarterback when Tyler Wagner was injured. Drove the team down 10 plays, 51-yard drive. Corwin to Ruckman for a 4-yard touchdown pass. Corwin to Ruckman also for the PAT. That gives our final score of 52-22. This is Chris Lee and Jacob Pearson reporting from Quinter.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. Chris Lee braving the cool, windy weather out there in Quinter. Lost tonight for Quinter, 52-22. All right, let's go ahead and show you tonight's top-notch guttering and home improvement plays of the night. We have 3 great ones to show you. First of all, let's go to Hoisington, TMP. Max McGaffin back to the pass, throws it to receiver, boom! Nice hit by the defensive back there for Hoisington. Here is a nice catch and pass, well, pass and catch, if you will, for Stockton. Results in a touchdown. And then Norton, check out this catch by Tanner Furbush over top of his defender and catches it, runs it down inside the 5-yard line. And those, ladies and gentlemen, are Week 9's top-notch plays of the night brought to you by Top Notch Guttering and Home Improvement. Couple things before we wrap up tonight. First of all, tomorrow night, Nex-Tech will be at Lewis Field Stadium for the Hayes High Salina Central matchup. The winner goes to the playoffs. The loser, they're done for the season. And we will have your pregame show at 6:45. Kickoff is at 7. Yours truly and Chris Lee will be at the ball game tomorrow night to show you, to call that game for you. Also, next Tuesday night, we will have a special edition of Nex-Tech Game Time. Curtis Brown will be in studios to cover for me, as we will have a playoff edition of the Nex-Tech Game Time for you. But don't forget, that starts at 6:30. Both the game tomorrow night and next Tuesday's Nex-Tech Game Time, those are going to be streamed on nextech.com, and you can also watch them live right here on Nex-Tech Channel 100. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. That's a wrap-up of half of Week 9. We've got a lot of games tomorrow night on Week 9, Friday night, but we hope you had a great Halloween. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast and the highlights and the scores as we brought them to you. So, until next time, thank you very much for watching Nex-Tech Game Time. Good night, everybody.
Nex-Tech Game Time is brought to you by Heartland Building Center. Nex-Tech, the chiropractic centers of Norton, Phillipsburg, and Stockton. By APAC, Leon's Welding and Fabrication. By Crawford Supply, the Nex-Tech Directory, Advantage Glass Plus, and Roofmasters Roofing and Sheet Metal, RM Custom Metals, and by Allegiant Construction and Design, and Get a Switch Tree Service. Nex-Tech Game Time is also brought to you by Horizon Appliance and Electronics, Heritage Insurance Group, Day Motorsports, Norton Glass, Nex-Tech Wireless, and by Riverside Chiropractic, Top Notch Guttering and Home Improvement, and Insurance Central.